Welcome to the Iron Seas, everybody. I'm your host, AC Pritchard. This week, we watched Spider-Man 2 in preparation for Lord Guimont, his return. We did a sequel for the sequel, if you will.
That's right.
Yes.
Spider-Man 2, I'm going to put it out here right now. One of the best superhero films ever made. Easy, one of the best ever made. Without question for me.
Yeah. It's so there's a lot of good things about it. There's a lot of themes that kind of resonate with Ratel a little bit. I mean, it's never a one-to-one, obviously, but there's
It's
the
the film that made me think see the similarity or similar themes between Spider-Man and Superman in some ways. In certain capacities, they not quite the one-to-one, but like they both mimic Spider-Man and Superman both mimic Christ stories and themes throughout a lot of their stories, more commonly than a lot of other heroes.
Yeah,
I saw a bunch of symbolism. I mean, we'll get to that part, but this movie was full of it. It was cool.
Yeah. And one thing I learned recently as well is the Doc Ock's tentacles are not CGI. They're practical effects by puppeteers.
Insane.
Cool. It's crazy when you think about it.
Also, there's like Sam Raimi is more Sam Raimi in this movie by a lot, in my opinion.
It's like everybody saw the first movie and then they were like, let Sam Raimi let him do his thing. Like we like what we saw, let him do his thing. And he's like, all right. Yeah. But before we continue, let's say hi to the lovely chat. We have Mr. Corey Barton.
Filthy little chatters, yes.
First, he says, Flip City, this better be better. McCoppin, best soundtrack of all the Spider-Man movies.
By a lot. The other ones aren't even close. Like Homecoming, no. Nah, even Garfield's Spider-Man soundtrack, meh, forgettable.
Oh, Omer Glitch says, hello, Fred G. Raid. And then Corey Barton also says the powers are lame, which, hey.
First of all, how dare you? What is lame about speed?
Who's from Spider-Man? Blame Spider-Man. And then Bill says he's stopping in to say, hey, he's working on that Crusader Spartan Viking Isekai story he's been firing away at.
I love it.
Guten Nacht, meine Freunde, Bill.
Oh, and of course, we'd be remiss without Animation Overload, our lovely resident artist.
Animation Overload.
Nice to see you, Animation.
Yes. And then, of course, Fred himself. Go follow his channel as well. And, of course, Lord Wrangler with 4.
Thank you.
Wait, I need more echo for that to work. Hold on. Wait, I need a little water. Hold on.
20.
Anyway,
yeah,
420.
Yeah.
Bong sound. You got that down.
Yeah.
I messed it up like 3 times in a row, but thank you.
Yeah, but a real stoner would mess it up. That's why it's authentic kahuna.
That's true. Seeing as I am a regular, I regularly eat the marijuanas. Yes, that's absolutely true. No, I look like someone who smokes and then eats too much. I do it all sober. That's my secret, Captain.
I was gonna say you look pretty clean cut this week. I'll tell you that. Like, you're straight out of the military looking today.
There's another life where I was in the military about 5 or 6 times. It's not this one, but
I can believe it.
I almost joined at one point. Believe it or not.
You got the glasses. I was in the not the military, but I was in the cadets for 2 weeks. So.
Oh yeah, like that high school kind of program.
Yeah. But it was on a military base, so it was like we were a lot. Like we were maybe 60, 90. Like it was.
What was that? Well, was that in Canada?
Yeah, Petawawa. So
I can imagine like they're walking you through the base. Like here, they present like the horse. This is the finest equipment our military has to offer. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I mean, you had tanks kind of display as as you entered the base. I loved living on a military base, by the way, because as a kid you have access to everything within 1 kilometer. So for you Americans out there, that's close to 1 mile.
It's shy a mile.
Yeah, you got you had the cinema, you had the main store. You could rent Nintendo cartridges. Could you remember when you could rent video games?
I remember that. I don't remember renting Nintendo cartridges. That's a little pre me for sure.
And you could rent it for one day or have a weekend special. So
I remember that.
Rent a game for the weekend, and you try to beat the game within the weekend. That was the goal.
I was terrible. It's like I would rent a movie or a DVD when I was really young, and if we liked it, we just kept it and paid the fine.
They adopted that into the Netflix model. Actually, they just
because people forget Netflix originally was you do the little order online, they'd mail it to you, then you'd mail it back, or you wouldn't.
Weren't the fines huge? Weren't they like $75 or something? Because video cassettes at the rental store cost a premium, right? Because they're paying the
I never like a rental for 3 days for a Xbox game. If I remember correctly, OG Xbox rental was maybe $12 for 3 days.
That's good.
Which like that's more money back then, but it's not that. It's still nothing. And then like the fine wasn't enough at the places where we went, which is part of why I did that. Also, I shared online everywhere that I went somewhere on Saturday when I let the kids visit their family down south. I'm like, I'm going to drive even further south into the land of Oregon, and I'm going to pick up something I've wanted to replace for a long time.
Sounds like a geometric shape, Oregon.
Ooh,
wow. You're a Jedi now.
Oh, spicy. Spicy.
Yeah, from Saber Forge. I followed them all the way back in 2015 or 16 after The Force Awakens came out. And
now you got the wrong haircut, though. You need like a rat tail for that.
That's true, but this is a Sith saber technically. So if I just use them like white makeup and like drink for 3 days, I'll be ready.
So it changes to multiple colors, I'm assuming, so you could cosplay as like a Sith if you want. Just green. Just green. Oh, you choose your color, huh? They go all in on it. There you go.
Are those sabers you can actually play fight with? Or
yeah, this one you can. It's a 40-inch blade. I had to get the app so I could extend the lighting in it. This is a good combat blade. It's not a full combat blade, but yeah, no, it's.
Oh, there's no sound.
There is, but you need to hit it pretty hard usually, and you can adjust that.
I think they're anticipating actual sword fights with it a little bit.
Or actually, I don't even need to turn it off. Like, hold on, I have the app here, so let's see.
My lightsaber has an app there.
You got instant bisexual lighting with that, man.
Yeah, instant.
Oh wait, there is let me see if I can find it. There's a really funny one in here somewhere.
Is it rainbow colored?
Yes. Where are you at?
No, they did it, didn't they?
We're getting there. We're getting there. Come on, princess. Let's see. Double agent. Some of these are weird.
Double
really
agent? 00? James Bond saber?
Some of them make like sword sounds, which is
what are they gonna do like a James Bond Star Wars crossover? You know that's coming eventually. They're gonna
that's what I want.
Money.
Let's see.
That's what you do with like an established universe like Star Wars. Is you just start breaking down all the storytelling genres and you just go through it all. Like for example,
oh my gosh, there's so many of them.
The movie tonight, Spiderman. Yeah, pizza time. What up, Orc City? What up?
I'm just playing with my lightsaber. I'm not even playing anymore.
He's playing with his tool over there. The movie tonight, speaking of storytelling genres, was an identity story actually. A lot of it, and that includes the villain Doc Ock and Peter Parker obviously struggling with his powers and stuff.
And now that I think about it, AC, it's kind of fitting that we're late for the show because Spider-Man is late throughout the first
every
half
time.
of the movie.
Every time. Yep. So it works.
On theme.
Forgive me. I have 30 of these things.
It looks like
no. By all means, keep talking. I'm just playing an adult playing with a lightsaber toy. That costs too much money.
John says all genre fiction is fantasy AI. It fits with it fits when a fantasy can be in a Western. So, I mean, that you can mix and match genre fiction a lot. Like that's because they're just collections of tropes, really.
Yeah. You have to at some point. At some point, like genres get like milked to death, and you have to reinvent it by injecting something or taking something out,
or put it in a fresh world, right? Have Spider-Man do it. Spider-Man Noir, admittedly, would be a cool like live action movie.
Yeah.
Also, Jonah
admittedly
Jameson.
would.
Jonah Jameson in this movie is amazing.
Well, this is the movie where the meme comes from Jonah.
All of
So
the
many.
memes are from this movie.
All of them, yeah.
It's meme worthy.
Actually, the third one has the most memes because it's the worst film by a lot.
The third one where he's coming out dancing like a fool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like trying to be a bad boy. Also, there are not enough words in the English language to describe how alike Toby Mc... Here it is.
There you go, gay Jedi.
I'm from Seattle. Even sound. Listen to how gay this sounds.
It's like screeching
like
at us. It's like
no one can defeat my pronouns.
Oh my god!
Right? It should totally write your pronouns on the blade, like in Rainbow. Like
I can etch them on the blade. This is real metal too. It's aluminum, but it's not sharp. Luckily.
Oh wow, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Looks great, man. That's a good purchase.
Yeah.
I used to have one. It led to the first time I went viral on the internet way back in the day. It was a picture of me in a full Sith Jedi costume, whole hood and everything. I had the yellow lightsaber. It was nice and custom. And then I had a squirrel mask, and that went viral for a little while.
Let's see why.
Oh, that was fun. Thank you for indulging me. It was the last color. That's why I couldn't find it.
Before let's dive in.
Last color.
Let's dive into the movie here while we wait for Jared, who is rehearsing, so he will be here shortly. But
I don't think I've met Jared, have I?
Oh, Jared Keistman, creator of Missouri Breaks and The Ballad of Missouri Bill.
Yeah, I haven't met him yet. Interesting.
Yeah.
You'll hate him. You guys are not going to get along. It's going to ruin the show.
That makes for a better show, man. I love it. It's conflict marketing, man. 101.
Actually, that's I've known of bigger YouTubers who I've talked to before, and they've this was all BS. It was all just like fluff to get more attention. I'm like, I knew it. I didn't know it, but I wanted to sell them that.
I didn't know it, but I knew it. But I didn't know it. So you guys may have, before we get into it, I have a little description of the movie over here ready to go. It may be a little wonky, but you may have noticed the little bit of a rocky intro. StreamYard, we are running empty on that. So it's not even going to let us play our clips, actually, which is why it was like it took a while once it actually started for something to actually play. I had to very quickly upload. I had to share it in this other way on StreamYard and then present it in a weird way. And
also,
then, of course,
can we acknowledge how nice AC looks? He's all done up. He's not wearing the beanie. He has hair that we have proof now. He's not in monochrome anymore. So yeah, looking good.
Full color. Yeah.
Animation mentioned that you shaved, Fred, and yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm on fucking Iron Seas. I gotta look presentable, dude.
Gotta look your best. Like me with my pronoun heavy lightsaber.
If I had a shirt as nice as AC, I would have pressed it and worn the shirt. But all I got is my proud member of the fringe minority.
Nice.
Was that in support of the truckers?
That's right. Fuck you, Trudeau.
Here I am supporting gay tigers. That's what I'm supporting here. So
this is the way. I'm just trying to adopt the dressing nice so that the best dressed day isn't your funeral, right? That kind of thing. I do a show every week. Might as well start looking nice. I have 2 of these shirts. This is the shirt I got married in, actually, and I think
I've seen the pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to take it off after the show and then put it on right before each show. And this is
You
just
should
going to be my show.
take it off during the show, but not say when, so
That's-
people will stay on stream.
Speaking of that, that's Kahuna's job. We help us keep the lights on. Oh, it's not going to let me share it. See, so StreamYard took away everything. I can't even share the little graphic here. We can't share our videos. The intro was very wonky. It won't be next week now that I know and can prepare for that.
Yep.
But yes, imagine an overlay popping up right now, providing you with our link, which I have pinned, and it's
in
also
the
in the
theater of your mind.
Send a super chat, help us keep the lights on, follow us everywhere.
They're bisexual lighting. They're expensive, folks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Use the dial-up internet of your thoughts.
I won't dwell too much on that. I'll just get right to this. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your web slingers because Spider-Man 2 is swinging into your life on the iron seas like a high-flying, web-spinning extravaganza. Picture this. Picture it.
I can feel it.
Peter Parker, our nerdy cool hero, is back juggling college, a pizza delivery gig. Yeah, that's right. He's door dashing.
Oh yeah.
And his Spidey suit like a Cirque du Soleil. Yeah, Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, Cirque du Soleil. Acrobat.
Say it slow.
But whoa! Here comes the wacky and terrifying Dr. Octopus, Doc Ock, folks. With his fourth slithery, mechanical, and not at all symbolic of the Serpent of Eden friends latched to his back. This scientist, played by the sensational Alfred
His name is
Molina?
the second name is
Molina.
Yeah.
Fantastic performance.
Oh, dude.
He's a stage actor. You can tell immediately. His presence is phenomenal whole way through.
He's out to rebuild a fusion reactor so that he can barbecue New York. There we go.
He's a fascinating character.
Love barbecue.
And he plays really well into the camp style of these movies. Like he plays right into the camp level. Like in a more real, like imagining him in an MCU movie, like it doesn't work, does it?
You're
like not typical
now, AC.
Yeah, respectable. I'm pretty sure Kahuna is trying to sneak into a high school.
Be right back.
You son of a.
He's undercover. Do not blow his cover, please, people.
22 jump street, dude. As young as my fresh face looks now, up until like age 28, I still looked like the same I did in high school.
Dude, I always looked like 10 years younger than my age.
Yeah, you. I remember the first time I was talking with you, you were older than I realized you were.
Yeah. I'm like a vampire.
Well, you have a name for a vampire, like whatever that means.
Frederic Guimont.
Something about French or old Italian names. It really
Welcome to my podcast. We will talk about the Spiderman tour.
The Spider-Man tour. Spit on that thing. I'm sorry for that joke, everybody. I'm not sure what happened there.
Web sling on that thing.
Oh, sorry, Mary Jane. I you webbed early again. Performance problems happens to spiders at a certain age. Anyway,
too hot, baby. Ever since you've been doing those perfume ads.
So, what made you want to pick this movie, Frederick? Besides it being an incredible film worthy of revisiting.
Yeah, totally for that reason, as well as it hits a lot of themes that I want to hit with my comic as well. Right?
Yeah, that's going pretty well, isn't it? Actually, I've kept track of it yet. I haven't been able to order it yet. Just court's expensive, but you know.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, you will win a big settlement, and you will get your hair back and beard because you should have full custody of those.
Yes, she was like, I want half. I'm like, I'm gonna get rid of all of it. You can't. You won't see a single lock of this hair.
Any of it. So superheroism, like when I created Ratel. To be perfectly honest, the first thought I was like, I saw a bad James Bond comic. I was like, okay, that's it. There's too many shitty comics out there. And I don't want to just complain. I want to go out and make something. And if I'm going to be drawing something every day, because I know how much effort goes into drawing a comic, it's a lot of time spent at the drawing board. You got to draw something you want to draw. You like drawing.
You have to. It has to be something you can draw over and over again and not hate it.
Correct. And I was like, I want to draw superhero fights taking place amongst the skyscrapers in the background. That's the coolest thing I loved seeing growing up, like Spider-Man, which brings us to tonight's film. And so I came up with the character that was flying around on a drone. He doesn't have any superpowers like Spider-Man does, but he does the flying around the city aspect, and he's got colorful villains that are very much.
And the drone is very reminiscent of the glider, also from
the Green Goblin glider, which is actually from the first movie. But but that's the hero riding it kind of like a skateboard or a snowboard. If you're from northern Canada, you like going snowboarding in the winter.
Well, we have snow down here, man.
Yeah, but you have to import it, and it costs extra. You got the tariffs on the snow now and all that.
Yeah. Well, your prime minister was saying something about us not getting it next year. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're like tariff wars right now, and we're losing bad.
Very badly. Yes.
Canada doesn't have anything except immigrants right now, so
that's every country.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Even Japan is like, we need to get rid of these foreigners.
Yeah. At least in Japan, you can tell easily which one are the immigrants.
Oh, it's very easy to tell.
Not too hard.
The ones are you talking about the ones in the viral videos just praying in the middle of their already congested, crowded, overpopulated streets?
That, and then the annoying tourists are trying to make it so that I can never visit Japan ever in the future.
That's the goal. Yeah. I did see that part of Canada was thinking about joining up
with Japan.
No, with America.
No, with Canada becomes.
I can't. It was like the whole upper left corner of Canada.
With America, we're on our way to become the 51st state.
Because you guys something about you guys being self-sufficient.
It would probably have to be more than one state if any portion of it joined, actually.
Yeah. I mean, the sentiment is growing more and more. Like you say, AC, there's two states two provinces in the West, and Quebec is going down a different dialogue. Because they talked about separation a long time ago, like in the 90s.
I was going to say, I remember hearing about that when I was young.
Well, since forever, because Quebec is all francophone. We're the descendants of the French versus the rest of Canada, which is the English. So we've always been apart, but we've kind of been like conquered and pay taxes to Ottawa. So there's a strong sentiment of being apart from the rest of the country. So we've talked about separation. Now that's not popular. So we're talking about gaining freedoms, which is a different.
While it's constantly voted to take them away.
And people are pissed about, like, they're dumping. We got 2 African villages that have been dumped in my city. Like it's crazy. Like this was an all-white city. And now a third of the people I cross are straight from Africa.
And that wouldn't normally be an issue if there was.
It wouldn't be an issue if there was a level of assimilation. Yeah, like you said, assimilation.
Yeah, and they're not coming here They're not coming here for our culture. They're bringing in their own culture. There's people in full burqa. Like there's actual burqas walking down the street in my city now. That's never been the case.
That's been the case like around Seattle since I was a child, actually. There's a huge portions of like Indian, Muslim, and Asian populations all around like the major cities down here. Even a small but a growing body of like Polynesian people as well.
Yeah. It makes me wonder like how some of these superheroes like Spider-Man would handle like the modern crises we see. Like, would he just be like sneaking into the WHO or like like knocking on BlackRock's door, trying to set up scenarios there? But I guess if some of these heroes were like real, then I guess the villains. I mean that's the thing.
I'll tell you, AC, how my hero handles it, because my hero's tackling that head on. He's becoming a Bitcoiner because he's defunding the banks. Everything is being funded by the centralized banks. Everything is happening because a few small families own all the money.
Fiction, Frederic.
I'm talking about a comic book.
Yes.
Yes.
Comics.
That's true.
Yes.
This has nothing to do with reality.
No,
the banks own everything, guys, in my comic book. And
only in the comic, yes.
They're controlling everything. So my superhero is mining Bitcoin and opting out of the financial system. So he's stopping to finance these evildoers and creating a parallel economy for real. For real.
Hey,
no,
Flip City, how you doing?
no cap. How you doing, Chrissy?
Flip City.
She's so cool, man. I need to hop on her show one of these days. And she's invited me.
Really cool show,
dude.
You need to. It's a fun show, man. She's got a lot of nice
Yeah.
segments, so it's like a game show.
I'm a fun
Without
guy.
blinking lights. So if you have like epilepsy, you're fine. You're good.
It's inspiring in ways too, because like she'll
like her
interact
magazine,
with
it's like a true
in
like
special ways.
replacement for Mad Magazine, what it used to be back in the day. Like true political humor and fun, like not animations, but like artwork and things of that nature.
Yeah. Oh, see, you're booked a week after next, so no opting out this time, Kahuna. You're done. Live booking, and she was just on my show. We just had her right before Iron Seas. She's crowdfunding her flip. See, if you go to Fund My Comics /Flip City 27, you can see her 80-page, 5 years of satires in one issue. So
I bought like 5 or 6 issues last time she had and they're so funny, dude. Like honestly, it's hard to make. Like most of the time when you laugh at an image, it's like, oh, some George Alexopoulos made an image on Twitter and I clicked like, no emoting at all. Flip City is genuinely very, very funny.
Yeah.
Like absolutely very, very funny.
So do support her. Her current magazine is $17. She pays the shipping. Can you believe it? If you're in the US, which I'm hoping Canada will be part of the US before this offer ends.
Before it's over. Yeah.
Hopefully. But
can we talk about how wild that would be if this actually, like something like that actually, like we've always talked about that. We've talked about like making greater Idaho by like some of the counties in certain states becoming part of Idaho in the US. And it's all like, it's fun to talk about. And it's like, well, a lot of us would actually like that. But like if something like that actually happened, I think that would set a really unusual precedent for the future.
It would change. It would be historic. Add Greenland to that, and it would be the largest empire the world has ever seen.
Yeah. And militarily, I think we're like the U.S. has already been there. Unfortunately, a couple.
Yeah, well,
$1 billion.
Yeah, and with Trump at the head, and he's like full on, strategic Bitcoin reserve as well. So the economy, I think we could be on the verge of a golden age if this works out. You realize that, right? This could be like really.
Yeah, lots changing for sure.
Yeah.
Also, but yeah, we're talking about Spider-Man. I have other things I want to talk about as well.
Spider-Man tour.
Yeah, I was actually just preparing some scenes to go over here.
Nice.
Whenever you guys want to get into symbolism, but I mean, since this is like a timeless classic, we've all seen the memes. I'm sure like everybody's seen this movie. If they haven't,
guys, if you're here and you haven't seen Spider-Man 2, I will come to your house and lay my kahunas on your forehead as a threat, unless you go see it.
I think some people might like that.
Why are they raising their hands? No, I'm kidding.
See, you're just turning them on now. They're like, oh yeah, come bring those kahunas on my head.
They're just going to hear a big stomp.
Right off the bat, I'll open with some criticism here. Slow beginning, right? It shambles to life. The movie does. I wouldn't say it, it's not like crazy right out of the gate or anything, and it takes a little bit of time to understand what Sam Raimi is doing with this, and like to remember that this is Sam Raimi, and to kind of like settle into the style. And it's like, as soon as it takes off, it's going though. That's the thing.
It's a block of cheese rolling down a hill. It starts slow, but it never slows once it gets going.
And even the dialogue, it's just like these are just kind of conversations happening, and then you can compare that to dialogue, like basically dialogue from the halfway point on. Every single conversation is like super relevant to something in some way, whereas at the beginning they're kind of tossing out loose threads that aren't really intended to be like immediately wrapped up, just to kind of establish setting. And from a critical,
I think it's important though for a lot of reasons. Like
you got to do it like in some way.
None of the impactful scenes later would work without the scene setting it up in the very beginning.
That's fair,
you got to work your way up to the excitement, because if it's all excitement, your nerves get just worn out, and none of it You get tired of it.
You don't get to the end first. You start with the kahunas and you move up. That's just how.
Move up from the kahunas. Yeah.
Start fondling. So the beginning is like fondling your.
Takes 2 hands too large. Well, moisture hands.
Moist.
Moisturized.
Moisture.
So what about you guys?
I want to get. Sorry, I want to hear Trump say moist. I want to hear him say
Moist
it.
is the most.
Do you really?
Some
I
say
do.
It's moist. I don't think it's that moist, but they say
I mean,
it's
there's
moist.
a lot to critique as well. You're not wrong, AC. Like, there's a lot of things that I was rolling my eyes about this movie, despite loving it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's fair to
I
critique.
cringe at how Peter behaves around Mary Jane. I'm like, just grab her by the ponytail and kiss her, you goddamn dweeb.
There's some things, yeah, where it's like, oh, geez. It's like,
Yeah.
Like I need help thinking of kahunas.
So but I think that's the buildup. You know, we want to. And is she patient or what? Does she love him or what? She's dating a freaking
Right.
astronaut.
You know,
and
the
she's
astronaut,
secretly in love with
his son, he's the real
Mhm.
victim of this whole film.
the astronaut, yeah.
He's a nice guy. He's a smart, good
Just chilling.
looking. He's a cool dude.
I'm on
Yeah,
the moon
he's-
again, Mary Jane.
He's the most cucked I've
Oh,
ever
dude.
seen a jock in a movie, though.
I almost made a meme.
I like watching this movie made me realize Sam Raimi was not a cool guy in high school. He
Well,
just wasn't. There's no way. This movie that like there's just like it's petty, it's small, but it's definitely there. I'm like, you were not a sports star in high school.
think about it.
I know it.
Peter is a geeky bookworm, and Mary Jane is secretly in love with him, despite being engaged to a
Freedom.
jock who's an astronaut,
Sorry.
son of a newspaper empire. Like, come on, Peter, you gotta get some game, my man.
Yeah, you got to be Spider-Man or something, bro. Like,
Also, I
agree with
forgot
that.
I forgot how I knew it was going to be like this, but I forgot how brutal this movie is. Like
Are you
Peter
talking
is
about-
he is suffering from the very like his life is really
Yeah.
rough from the very
He's-
very beginning.
it's an identity crisis,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
big time. He's just like, I don't know
Like he's
who I am.
disappointing, like too much and not enough. He's disappointing everybody.
Yeah.
And he can't tell them why, and it's not like they're not justified in what they think based on what the information that they have. Like Connor's like, oh, you missed my class. Mary Jane's like, oh, you didn't come see my show. You disappointed me again. Harry, it's like you're not being a very good friend, and like there's all
Yeah.
these things, and it's all legit, which is
And-
the hard part.
And he even meets his mentor, new mentor Doc Ock, and the guy that he's supposed to, this brilliant guy. He's like, "Oh, you're Peter Parker. Heard you're a lazy piece of shit, bro. How's it going?" You know, it's like,
Connor says you're brilliant.
Doc Ock
Because
is
you're
so
lazy.
good, man.
I know.
The villain that starts off as a mentor, as you say, it's
Sam Raimi is
so
really good at that. He does that for
so
3
good.
movies
So
besides Venom.
freaking good,
so
man.
good.
And
And
Doc
that's,
Ock, like,
what if
even
they
in
did
the-
that for What if they did that for Venom? How much better would that have been? How much
They
better?
dropped-
Venom should not have been in that film.
Yeah, they
Straight up.
tried to
His
chew
own
off
film.
too much. Yeah, yeah,
His own film.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he doesn't-
speaking of villains, quick, Doc Ock, we can talk about him a little bit. Like, so this is the first symbolic thing here. Is just, I mean, obviously the duality of like a superhero and a supervillain. There's the good guy and the bad guy, right? I mean, you can compare that to like Spider-Man 3, where there's like Venom, Sandman. They did this multi-faceted thing over there,
Electro.
which it gets rightfully a lot of criticism, I think, for that. But that duality is even heavier in Spider-Man 2. I mean, it's called two sides of a coin. That's just probably not relevant. But Doc Ock is kind of like an artificial version of Spider-Man. He is literally he has 8 appendages,
Well,
2 arms, 2 legs.
Doc Ock is also a great way to look at, like, he's the 2 sides of ambition. Ambition can drive us to reach for and do
More duality.
amazing things that
Yeah.
nobody has ever done before that will help all of humanity, and it comes from a good, genuine place.
Yes,
But he also explores the dark side of ambition. When the end goal, when the end starts to justify any means.
Any means.
And
yeah.
and that is very well explored in this film. There's a lot. He has a lot of great lines in this movie, but there's one that it's my favorite. It's from the very end. Spoilers, by the way, doesn't make it. At the very end, when he's like trying to like break apart the building so that he can sink his machine. I will not die a monster.
Yeah.
That's my favorite line of his in the whole.
But at least he gets Brock back in No Way Home, right?
Yeah.
I actually don't hate that film. I thought that was
I
handled.
like it.
I like
love
a
that
lot
film.
about that movie.
I thought it was really impressive that they could pull off something like that. Just
I couldn't believe they
like
actually
legally.
Yeah.
The actors, the studios, the legality,
all the villains,
problems you can have trying to put that kind of.
They're like, listen, I'm gonna set a piece of paper down on the table. I'm gonna slide it over to you, and you just write down a number, and we'll make it happen.
We will make our money back. I promise.
Any of the 3 Spider-Man actors could have said no. Like, I'm the Spider-Man. I don't want.
Any of the actors for the villains could have said no.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lizard was basically useless, but all the other villains were handled really, really well in that movie.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx was fun. Like he's fun. He's always been funny, but like I like that they let him be funny in that movie.
Great actor.
Well, like William Dafoe as the Green Goblin becoming a villain for a different Spider-Man is incredible.
Bringing those dead villains, it's such a
weird idea.
It's a weird idea. It's amazing that they pulled off. This is on the level of like having Spider-Man fight Superman in a comic. Like it's something people have wanted for years, and it could only be pulled off like at 2 specific times in history because the studios never aligned or never like.
Also, why do people always want Spider-Man to fight Superman? That is the least equitable fight I can imagine.
I was just gonna say that we should talk about it towards the end of the show because that's actually a good fight matchup because Spider-Man has the Spidey senses, so we'll go over it at the end, but I want the chat to think about that.
Press X to doubt. Superman wipes every time.
You bring the kryptonite, man, and Spider-Man is smart, man. Spider-Man's a scientist.
It doesn't matter when you can catch a bullet out of the air when you can.
That's
like
the thing.
Weak Superman can bench press the planet.
2 words, Kahuna. Kahuna, not Kahuna.
2 words, Kahuna.
Kryptonite webbing. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Just add a little kryptonite dust in your webbing juice.
That's done.
Oh, you think you can break out of that, Superman? You think you can push up the fucking planet?
He wouldn't
try to break out my fucking kryptonite webbing.
Not to mention that. Not to mention the kryptonite would be close enough to his fists that every punch that Spider-Man does is going to be like blam, blam, right? And so, but like, so here's the thing: Superman's like smarter than Peter Parker, though. Is the thing? He's got like a super brain and like super eyes.
It depends on it. Honestly, it depends on the planet on the comic. But it's even like comparing Thor to Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Like Thor loses most of the time. Like there's very like you could justify anything. It's like all the people are like Batman would totally beat. I'm like, shut up, dude. Batman does not beat Superman. Like one time in 1,000 he beats Superman under specific circumstances.
That's one of the things where it's like Batman with enough preparation beats Superman. Superman beats Batman on his face, like, and it's kind of the same.
Orphan who runs around at night and wears black beats up superhero.
I mean, I could see Batman beating Superman in court. You know,
I could see that. Yeah, way more money.
It would be the most boring fucking comic. Like
Superman would be like
the case against Batman. The case of Batman, Bruce Wayne versus the entire Justice League for destroying the cities and making him pay for it. Oh no.
Titties to the sky. Ultimate shirtless kahuna. Ultimate kahuna.
That's the
It
sound
sounds
my
like
kid
it's
makes every time he walks into the bar.
The rainbow lightsaber has got some Pedro Pascal vibes.
It turned on its own.
Sure.
I'll leave it.
where's the dancing men and confetti? So our StreamYard is running on E. Those super chats will help. We've gotten a couple tonight. Those super chats will help us re-enable
Ladies and
the
gentlemen.
extremely expensive and authoritarian StreamYard. Love you, StreamYard.
Oh, you
Don't-
meant on
don't hate
empty.
us.
I thought you meant on ecstasy there with
No,
Kahuna and the
It's,
Gateway.
it's on E.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
The wrong E.
Which E are we talking about now?
The kind you find
So-
in the streets. No.
So anyway, the dualism of Spider-Man 2. The villain, it feeds back into Peter Parker, right?
The
Because it's
tism
an
of Spider-Man.
Yes,
And when you talk
he's
about-
a Tylenol superhero. You see,
And when you talk about symbolism, like there's no stronger symbolism than his snake-like tentacles, because they behave like heads, like they're puppeted like characters. Like they react.
Yeah.
They seem to have mouths that emote.
yes.
Yeah, they're very expressive, and they make little sounds too that are maybe stretch the imagination a little bit, but not much.
Well, did you guys-
Yeah, like R2D2, and they're taking control over his mind. He explains in the beginning at the press conference, well, what happens if there's a neural connection to your mind? What if the tentacles take over? He's like, no, I've got a filter, I've got a like protection, and clearly
Chekhov's gun.
Yeah, the tentacles take over.
Yeah, and that's so like that story aged well, because we're in the age of AI now, and so like you already know that it could have like some sort of very simple AI program in there that would actually cause this interaction, maybe some sort of neural link.
You know why this duality of Spider-Man did not work for Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
No,
I thought about this quite a lot. It's because like different universe. Like they try to do the same thing in his movies, and it doesn't work. Reason being, it's in the MCU. What does the first movie in the MCU do at the end of the film? I am Iron Man.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the secret
good.
identity aspect of being a hero is not a priority, or even really hardly acknowledged within the canon of the MCU. In fact, like outside of like hiding the fact that Black Widow and Hawkeye have a family, like there's no other character that really struggles with the identity thing.
That's the thing as well with this movie. Like he loses his mask. He has his mask off so many times in this film.
This is
Duality.
more of a Peter Parker film than a Spider-Man film, and which is saying something because that's phenomenal action scenes.
How is no one taking pictures? Like, is Peter Parker the only one that has a camera in New York City?
This is
So,
before
yeah.
good cell phones.
This is the 90s. That's that train scene where they all see his face. And we literally in the last month, we've seen multiple examples where people just pull their phones out. Like, oh, what's going on? And they just pull their phones out and watch. And that's what maybe would have happened to modern Peter Parker. But so it's just kind of touching to see that very human moment, because you can kind of still imagine that, hey, in a modern setting, wipe the 90s away and put this in a modern setting. Maybe they all just left their phones in their pockets. And this is just a very human moment. It makes the moment more human, knowing how, like, the context of how our world is these days. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. And it like the mask off thing and the Peter Parker thing, that's what I was getting at, was like the duality kind of leaches into the Peter Parker story, because like he's struggling with his identity, his powers don't work. It's all just Spider-Man and Peter Parker flipping back and forth. And then when it shows Doc Ock, kind of the same thing, but with like his ambitions. And then obviously he becomes like handicapped, basically. He gets injured, so that's why you got to have the redemption at the end with him, because I mean, technically some sort of outside force affected him and made him the villain, right? So it's kind of a tragic villain in a way.
Yeah.
Hey, Z.
Oh no. Okay. I don't have any music though. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I have it.
Aye, Captain, we sail the iron seas. Aye, Captain,
I don't know. I'm surprised this still works, because StreamYard took away everything else. Like, we can't even show an overlay, but we can jam some music. I'm down.
Please donate, people. StreamYard's just taking their shirts. They've got nothing left.
We had to sell it to get the music back.
They got the shirts off their back.
Dude, you have more ink than I remember.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
your body is a tapestry. Some people call me the illustrated man.
See why it's called.
That's all I got.
I understand why the show is called Iron Seas now. Literally pirates.
I guess, yeah. Here we are. There
you go. You got the hat. That's
yes. It's very rare we get a guest that actually dresses the parts. There it is.
Yeah. The problem is the earphones.
It's a pain. This kind of works. This is another This is my rattiest cowboy hat, by the way. This thing was worn with love and hatred.
That's the best. It'll pass down to the children.
This is an authentic tricorn hat. Yeah, because I'm French, so we all get these when we're born.
I agree. I think we should continue to get all those. Because it's a very, very historical reminder, dude.
Frederic, it's AC. They call him the Wibby Yaga.
Yeah. Oh, are you talking about AC Wick? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Kahuna's naked again. Yeah, they tucked me.
Haji, thank you for joining us. I'm not the only one today, though. Wait, I can't say that. Never mind.
We minus our clothing so that we can plus our StreamYard capability. That is how it works.
We're gonna start calling this the broke back.
Please donate. At some point. Call now, or operators are standing by.
Only sees.
Old City, don't you know the year is 2025? Free the nipple for men.
Because I didn't get a super chat. Clearly,
that's true. If someone sent in more money, even a minimal amount, even a reverse bill, it would work.
Paltry $3,000, and Frederic Guimont loses the shirt. What do you say, Fred?
If I get a backer on my campaign tonight, I'll take the shirt.
There it is.
All right. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to no. Actually, while you bring it up, where's a good place to find your comic? By the way, Frederic, since you're our lovely guest on the show today.
Right. So you could find my comic
link too, but you can say it out loud.
Yeah, I can drop the link in the chat. Is it going to work? I have my French accent is coming out now. Wonderful. No, it's not going to work. I will drop in the private chat and you can copy paste. Yes, my pretty. Yes, my beautiful readers can get fund my comic. If you go there, you will see it's featured on the main page. It's a beautiful story about a young man, a hacker, who goes to jail, but he has his Bitcoin in his brain wallet by memory of 12 words. He contains the cryptographic key of the Bitcoin. And on coming out of the prison, he builds a superhero quad board on which he flies in the city of Montreal.
See.
Yes. And he fights the crime amongst the, super criminals of the city, including the evil bankman, who has an assortment of henchmen, like the Tiger Twins, like the Black Medusa, evil.
You mean African American Medusa? We're proper here.
Well, her name is Mia Dusa. She's a Haitian girl who was brought in with human trafficking network, but her voodoo powers that her grandmother taught her give her extra powers to turn her rastas into snakes. And you will only see her in the second issue. This is the first issue with the Tiger Twins, and they are kung fu masters because they run after the psychic spy who is beautiful.
Yes, celestial warriors. We're well aware of them.
beautiful Russian spy, and she was in the secret monarch program of the Soviet era, and she's
I said celestial. I should have said Chinese.
The evil bankman purchased her to spy on his competition and his evil enemies, but she ran away, and he sends the Tiger Twins after her because they have an iron will, so they cannot be easily dissuaded by her psychic powers. And that is where Ratel comes into play. He sees her running out of a club with the gay music and the bisexual lighting. And the Heiger twins are running after her.
I didn't feel bisexual till I left.
So please support, find out what will happen in Ratel number 1. Will she be okay? Will she survive? What will happen? You will only know if you buy the book.
I love it. I love it. Let's wrap up Spider-Man in the next 10-15 minutes if we can.
Sounds
so we
good.
can get to Ratel, and then we'll get to all the
Ratel.
extra nerd talk at the end. So
Absolutely.
So on the subject of like the symbolism here, what you were saying is the practical effects of the mechanical arms taking on a life of their own and being puppeted. Did you guys see the first scene where he like is being like coerced by them? It was very, very much the Serpent of Eden, like the symbolism of the Serpent of Eden. And like Kahuna said right off the bat, there's all kinds of just like religious symbolism throughout this movie, not just the identity, but like I mentioned the train scene earlier, right? There's the Christ symbolism where he's being pulled over the crowd. In fact, when he starts falling forward, and admittedly the criticism here is like, yeah, I get Spider-Man's tired or whatever, but like maybe he was a little bit fatigued for a little bit too long at that moment. Cause I mean, I guess it's a lot to just stop a moving train with your body.
I've stopped it. It didn't feel hard to me.
It's not that hard, man. Come on.
But a lot of Christ symbolism, right? He falls forward, and I believe like the first hands like are like across his heart and stuff, pull him back, and they're like pulling him over the crowd. And
that moment when he's pulled over the crowd, that's when you feel it. Well, first of all, he's in cross position.
Yeah,
and that's when the symbolism hits you like a 2x4. Like it's no longer subtle at that point.
No, and it's the self-sacrificial nature of heroes, right? And this is all shapes and sizes, firefighters, police, the whole 9 yards, Superman and Spider-Man and all these other heroes, Batman, to a lesser degree, right? Because he's a little bit more of a vigilante. But like these are all symbols of these everyday heroes, and these are very self-sacrificial roles to like keep society going, and that's kind of what they're drilling in over and over again.
There's also a lot. The central theme of this Spider-Man in particular is always, with great power comes great responsibility, which is also it's a translated idea from the Bible. It's very central. It's from a proverb. I can't remember the exact verse, but essentially it comes down to picking up your cross and carrying it. It's like you have this responsibility, like you have this gift, and it's your responsibility to carry it. And carrying the cross will cost you. And that's what this film illustrates. Yeah. It gets so bad that he wants to set it down. He doesn't want to be Spider-Man anymore. In fact,
he does set it down.
Like he throws away his suit and recreates that old famous cover. And it's so good.
That's what makes me think, okay, is this the hero's journey? Because he's actually refusing the call. Like, which is a clear,
right?
That's how the hero's journey starts. Like, the hero doesn't want to go on the journey; he refuses once or twice.
Absolutely,
and, we seem to see that in this movie here.
Since you mentioned that, I'm actually gonna look into it really quick while we're talking here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even with Mary Jane, it's the same thing. Like, he goes after her, and then at one point he's like, "I really love you. I don't want to lose you." And then he's like, "Well, I cannot." And the only reason he pushes her away is because he doesn't want to bring her into a relationship where
he doesn't want to put where she's in constant danger. Yeah,
he doesn't want to put her into danger because he loves her so much that he wants to push her away for her to be safe from the consequences of him being a hero. Because it's not just a cost to him; it's a cost to everyone close to him as well.
And the hero's journey can be overlaid into a lot of films. I think this one is a bit more unorthodox in some ways. But yeah, no, I really, and I like that. Like they show as soon as he stops being Spider-Man and starts focusing on the other areas of his life, life is not bad. Life is going well. He's doing well in classes. He's being more consistent at work. He's paying his rent, mostly. He's repairing relationships that have been damaged, and it's going through this whole thing. And at first it's like, yeah, no, this is all great, but what's the cost of setting? There's a cost of setting the cross down. Maybe life will get easier. Maybe like life is easier when you're just doing what you want and trying to fulfill yourself that way. But what's the cost? The cost is that it'll, like in his case, his calling is to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If he puts down that cross, if he puts away that suit, he's no longer Spider-Man. Like he rushed in, he saved that woman from the burning building. Or the little girl, and then it's like, oh, there's some poor soul got stuck on the 4th floor, didn't make it out. That's it. That's the cost.
That's the cost.
And the cost is too high. You have the power to. It's like, and it goes back to the essence of the first film. It's like he even has that, like kind of in the soul, in his heart, in his mind, kind of scene with Uncle Ben talking about, I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, you have a responsibility, you have the power, you have this calling, and you must fulfill it.
More duality. Uncle Ben, he has the conversation with Uncle Ben, and then at the end, Harry has the conversation with his old man. Yeah, more duality.
This is a really well done sequel because you feel this is the direct continuity of the first film. Because we had so many bad sequels growing up in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, so
all sequels were bad except for Terminator 2, right?
Yeah, they would almost like completely ignore even Indiana Jones. Like the sequel has like jack diddly to do with.
Yeah, I think it takes place earlier than the first film or something
in the timeline, which I don't explain that well either.
But this one, like you say, AC, it brings back the the whole story with his Uncle Ben. He confesses the story to his Aunt May. He's like, I've been trying to tell you this for so long. I've never been able to spit it out. And the direct consequences of fighting with the villain of the first film, right? Osborn. His best friend's father died because of their fight.
Not really his fault, but still, he was
the character. The character of Harry is one of the best characters. So every character's so goddamn good, but like Harry, very good. Like you just said, direct consequences from the first movie is haunting Harry throughout the entire movie, and he's getting worse and worse, and we see that in every scene. There's even, I think, where the audience should 100% know what's going on is when we see him drunk. All of a sudden he's drunk. And the last scene we saw him, he was like on top of the world. He's like, I'm helping Doc Ock. Everything's going to be great. We're going to be famous, yo. And then he's drunk. And
leaving your company. Okay. I'm going to be like, this is a Nobel Peace Prize. Like this, all this stuff. Yeah. It's like, maybe my father's gone, but maybe I can still make a legacy of my own. And he sees that crumble to dust.
Even saying that is like very in character and foreshadowing to what's going to happen. Like he's going to follow his dad's legacy, isn't he? You know.
Also, people talk about what a dweeb Tobey Maguire is as Spider-Man sometimes, and some of his cringy lines.
Yeah,
which I think add to the charm of this film. But can we also not forget to acknowledge some of Mr. Franco's lines in this movie? He humiliated me by touching me.
Yeah.
That line is that's so bad.
Yeah, he is the rich kid, right? He is the
he plays it well. He plays it believably. He's not
acting.
Damn, dude, I wasn't gonna say that, but sure.
Yeah. Franco,
they have a point there. Yeah.
Actually, isn't their dad or mom famous? I don't actually know. I don't remember. I'm sure they are.
It's my impression that Franco is largely Franco off screen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, he did very good. It was a good character for him. I was captured. So
can we we're talking about the essence and the story of the movie, but can we acknowledge like some of the best superhero fights of all time are in this movie? More than one.
Yeah, dude, Doc Ock,
insane.
The way Doc Ock approaches Peter and Mary Jane in that cafe after talking to Franco's character, Osborn, you hear his footsteps, so to speak. It's not his feet, but
they treat him like a kaiju. You notice that?
Oh, dude,
Sam Raimi.
So good. And he throws in a car. Like, he's supposed to bring Peter back alive, but he's just like, yeah, I'm going to start by throwing a car at you. And
didn't say undamaged. Throws vehicle through window.
Yeah, he doesn't know he's Spider-Man. Like you
Yeah,
create
he doesn't know
Spider-Man.
that. He doesn't he doesn't even take the mask off. He doesn't care who Spider-Man is.
He
He's
doesn't.
gone berserk. Like
See,
the
and
tentacles are leading now.
that subtext right there, he doesn't know he's Spider-Man. So like a surface level viewer is going to watch that and be like, oh, the villain is attacking the hero, right? Okay, whatever. He must have found out he's no, that's the context of the scene. He actually doesn't know he's Spider-Man. He's just going after this kid that he was mentoring, that's supposed to look up to him, and he's throwing cars at him and stealing his girlfriend, to just get whatever he wants. Very, very crazy.
Well, to be fair, I would also steal his girlfriend,
Oh,
just saying.
it's
Mary Jane is so hot.
I hate Mary Jane's character.
Wow.
I don't like her.
Wow.
She's kind of a hussy.
Well, she
That's
doesn't
the
feel.
nicest thing I can say
Yeah,
about her.
I'll tell you what. She doesn't feel real in this film. The way she
That's
doesn't
fair,
act like a
yeah.
real woman with the attraction. I don't believe the attraction with Peter, the way it's played.
Yeah.
And her lack of self-confidence. I mean, yes, even models will have like issues with self-confidence and all that, but I can see what you mean. Like the only time we feel Mary Jane is the last line of the movie where she says, "Go get him, Tiger." And that's
I don't think it's even Kirsten Dunst's fault.
no, because I think she's pretty good.
I think her
I
acting
think you're right.
was adequate. I think it's actually a little bit of a writing problem.
Yeah,
It's the
'cause
Sam Raimi dialogue, yeah.
she's well cast, to be honest. Like she's beautiful. She looks great. I don't have a problem with
Meh.
Kirsten Dunst, but I do. She doesn't feel real with the attraction. The attraction is not believable in this movie. Like, why is
To
she?
be fair, it's like she's supposed to act like she's head over heels for McGuire, and no, I'm kidding, but
Well, even Peter Parker, like, what's going on? She's the beautiful girl next door. She can have like her choice of anybody. Like you've got jocks.
well, you watched the first movie. She basically did every choice of anybody.
Right.
And
So
yeah.
why is she head over heels about the shy bookworm who actually acts like he's not interested in her?
I can actually attest to this a little bit. It's not something everybody in the audience would connect with, but there is, like, sometimes you grow up with somebody, you go to school with them, and there's a connection, but for one reason or another, it's never really explored, and it's a little inexplicable. Eventually, if it's not addressed, it goes away. Eventually, and that happened with me and a friend growing up, and that I'm completely happy with how that turned out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is something that some people who have been in a similar situation may.
Yeah. And now that you mention that and saying it out loud, the fact that Peter is pushing her away, it kind of has an attractive feeling as well. Like she can have anybody, but she can't have Peter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and she's
to the
she's
point
a-
where
a
she's
vi-
like, "Shut up,
Yeah.
shut up, you little bitch, and kiss me." When he literally rejects her, he's like, "No, I'm good," and she's like, "Kiss me."
I
like-
don't love you.
I think you're onto
Back
something there.
friend.
Yeah. It's starting to make sense a little bit. Like he really is attracted to her, but he's really pushing her away because he has a deep dark secret of being Spider-Man. And that has
I have a deep
high
dark
cost.
secret. I'm super powerful, and people love me, and I save people. It's
Yeah.
dark,
Well, there's a dark side
and
to
my
it
parents are dead.
because he knows the villain. Yeah, he lost Uncle Ben.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not a
true.
joke to him, and he doesn't want to lose her. And he'd rather lose her in a relationship status than lose her life because
Yeah.
of putting her in danger with all these supervillains.
Animation Overload had this exactly right. I don't love you, MJ.
Take me now.
Yeah, and I think we're on to something here. This is starting to make a lot of sense.
Also, like all of the scenes with Aunt May are fire. From her monologue scene later in the film to him to Peter confessing to her.
Yeah, this
That
movie
scene is so well written. It's so acted so incredibly well. The music, like the fact they took their time with that scene, and it's like think about that. Like put yourself in that position in real life. Like you're not a hero. You're just a guy, girl, whatever. You have to tell your aunt, the woman who you think of as a mother, who raised you, who loves you, that you are essentially responsible for the death of her husband, your uncle. And it wasn't even for a good reason. It was from everyone acting poor. Like you said, he was shot because he was shot, but he's the only one doing the right thing. And that's a rough thing to think about.
She's so well cast, and she's got some of the best lines in the film as well.
By a lot. Yeah.
Like when she knocks Doc Ock like on the side of the head when Spider-Man is, being attacked by him, and then Spider-Man is like, "We sure, showed him," and she's like, "What do you mean we?" Like, I'm the one who hit him on the side of the head.
Also, can we talk about that shot, like in the beginning of that, when Spider-Man's coming to attack him, and it's zooming further out, and then you realize it's the reflection out of Doc Ock's glasses.
Oh,
that shot is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm watching him even as a child, I was like, oh, I feel things.
The CGI has aged a little, but it still holds up.
It holds up so well. Look at some recent film CGI and tell me that this film looks bad. Yeah. I know you're not saying this. I know some of the CG did not.
I'm going to get a lot of haters here. This is when the chat's going to turn against me, folks. But that's why I chose Spider-Man 2 and not Spider-Man 1. Because Spider-Man 1, I don't think the CGI has aged as well. When we see Spider-Man jumping on the balloons from the parade, you can kind of tell it's CGI.
Real. Nothing's real there.
It's dated.
Or the skeletons turning the whole group. I think they wanted to show I think Raimi wanted to show like the grenade, like actually exploding them, like bloody and gory, like how he does horror films. And the studio said no. That's my theory, and that's why they did the cheesy like 1970s stop motion skeleton thing. But yeah, that's my running theory. Because Sam Raimi, he loves a good practical effect, and I don't think he would have opted for that look in that first film.
That's what's amazing about Doc Ock. Like, you think that his suit is CGI, and it's all puppetry, all of it.
And it's amazingly good. Like, especially that scene when Doc Ock is about to have surgery, and then they that is a straight horror scene. There's nothing, and it's filmed like a horror scene, and it's not inappropriate for children. It's just
that scary. Reminded me, Kahuna. That reminded me when you guys brought up action before. I lost my train of thought before. But all I could say was Sam Raimi to try to remind myself. But you just nailed it. The action scenes. This is why Sam Raimi is so important. And I alluded to this earlier at the beginning of the stream when I said it's kind of like they saw what he could do with the first one. And they're like, okay, let's see what he can really do. Just let him do whatever. You can see it in all the tense scenes. It's shot like a horror movie without the blood and without like the gore. But all the exact same camera tricks, all the same tension,
the build up, the kind of nervous energy. It's all there.
Yes. Okay, guys, I got to stop the show.
Oh,
I made a promise, and if I got backers, I would take my shirt off.
Oh shit!
And I just checked, and I got not one but two backers.
No way.
So
I think that warrants a very quiet second play of the shirtless. We'll just play it in the background here. Hell yeah. Okay, so yeah, the
I hope a stranger hops on the stream right now.
I don't know who you are, but I hope you're happy.
Yeah. Ratel's a good choice.
There we go.
A really good choice. Which I have that ready to go.
Oh, you're buff, dude. You got something solid there.
I'm a skinny guy, so
I have enough fat for all three of us to survive the winter. That's the truth.
Yeah. We get by.
So I don't know who you are yet, but I thank you very much for backing. You brought us over the $1,113 mark. 123% magic number.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's fantastic.
Love
it's a good time.
And we haven't even gotten to the promo part of the show. So
I know
we can get there. So
I'm not rushing. I'm just saying it's amazing that we already
you're French. We know you're not Russian.
And actually, since
I'm not Russian, I tell you, Kahuna, I'm not Russian.
I am like Ukrainian, except 4 of them stacked together to make one normal sized man.
I am either German or I am French. You see, it's one or the other. You cannot know which.
I am tech support.
I'm double agent.
I'm.
Some people ask whether Indians are Muslims or not, and I say no. We are 7-Eleven, not 9/11. Get it?
Buongiorno.
Bon Jovi.
Buongiorno.
Or it's like whatchamacallit.
I feel less naked with the sunglasses on. I think
It helps, doesn't it? Yeah.
helps. A hat helps too.
You got the tats, Kahuna, he's got them.
I'm very comfortable with my shirt off anyway, but yes.
You seem more comfortable with your shirt off, to be honest.
That, like, truth be told, if I didn't have as many people living in my house, there'd be a lot less clothed Kahuna. Or a lot more less clothed Kahuna. Anyway.
Your pet lightsaber sounded like
that
it was
Alexa
disagreeing.
or the lightsaber? Yeah.
Lightsaber. It was telling me it was powering all the way off. There's like a not on mode, and then there's like a really off mode.
Oh my god, boys, that's the future. Really, is everybody's gonna have an actual real lightsaber instead of like a 9mm.
I'm gonna program the sound in it so it calls me Oni-chan.
Yeah, it'll have its own AI and everything. It'll be like your cell phone, except it's actually a lightsaber too. And then nobody needs like a gun because
I can program it. What I need to like get one of the anime opening songs from a bad romance anime. Put that on there. Have the opening sound for like powering on. Nico Nico ni turns on. It's just like flashing colors and.
Please do.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. But is there any? Like there are criticisms of this movie, but did any of them really hold much water?
Well, I was gonna say, actually, these same criticisms leveraged in any other movie, I think, would be devastating. They would be leaks springing, but the thing is the strong points of this movie are so strong that everybody ignores the leaks, and somehow the boat just freaking surges on. Because, not gonna lie, it is literally cringeworthy. Some of the dialogue. And can you imagine any other movie making you cringe and you still like it? No, like you pretty much hate that. Whatever made you cringe, you probably aren't gonna like it after that moment.
I feel like it's kind of like The Office, though. It's not without intention. I think there's an element of intentional cringe with Raimi films.
Yeah. That's part. Well, it's dry humor. It's like when he's in the elevator, he's like, because his powers aren't working.
There's so many TMI with the fact that the suit goes up his crack. We don't
goes
need
in
to
his crotch, but like everybody in the audience loves watching it because, dude, Spider-Man just said crotch, dude. Did you see that?
They make him cringe way over the top as well. Like how bad he is with his relationship with MJ is over the top. How he fails at everything, it's all over the top. Like it's.
Also, how many people go after him? How so often in this movie is over the top. Not everybody would go after you this hard over and over again.
So he has a lot to overcome, and he overcomes it. And at the same time, he's a humble guy. Like never does he think highly of himself. He's not. He has a lot of flaws, but being proud is not one of them.
His pride is never a problem in this movie.
Yeah,
it definitely is a little bit in the third one.
In the third one, yeah.
It would kind of suck with all the Christ symbolism if he was like this super proud. I mean, okay, so guys, actually, there's pride is the root to every sin. So you could argue that it's his pride that makes him decide, no, I make myself in my own image, and I decide that I'm Peter Parker.
Yeah, I don't
think that's a pride thing.
Yeah,
I think that's a weary reluctance to take up his cross.
If you were to attribute a sin or a like a deadly sin to it, it would have to be pride, I think, because it's not like gluttony or sloth. Well, you could argue sloth, laziness too.
Well, like the 7 deadly sins, while interesting narratively and historically, don't account for a lot of sins. It's like, what was the first sin of Adam? In my opinion, it was apathy. He did not get
apathy.
Apathy. Yes.
Apathy.
And when you call him like lazy, AC, we have to remember that he's being called lazy, but he's not really lazy.
He's going out of his way to be Peter Parker. Yeah, he's trying really hard to be Peter Parker.
Yeah, the reason is because he's spending half his time being Spider-Man, and he has no time to be responsible with his earthly responsibilities or his Peter Parkerly responsibilities. And people call him lazy because all these other people are not busy being Spider-Man and saving the guy in the fire. You know, that's
And he's actually lazy because he's not Spider-Man 100% of the time like he should be. I just realized something with all the Christ symbolism
good point.
is it's almost like this loose association, not necessarily calling Spider-Man Christ, which yes, in a lot of ways they are, because it's a self-sacrificial thing to protect others and all that. You can go on and on, but the loose association just draws on this whole idea that God intended him to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, more like a disciple than Christ himself. Yeah,
this is who you are, right? And it's like what I was saying about making yourself in your own image. That's actually very, I mean, I don't want to say like demonic, but counterintuitive to, the guy speaking with stretched ears and tattoos and everything, right?
Well,
the definition of it.
AC. It doesn't matter, man. I mean, we all have a past, but there is a level of pride associated with that people don't think about. It's not like you're not expressing yourself. In some ways, it's you saying, "I know better than God," which
exactly
is enormously prideful, but people don't often think of it that way.
Right. And that's what I was trying to get at. I understand the apathy, though. That there's so many actually that aren't taken into account, and you almost have to start kind of like forcing them into like the pride box or the sloth box or the gluttony box, because there's other ways to be gluttonous, for example. But
it's like even if there's this other aspect of sin which is not addressed in a lot of films, so that is if you go to like the root words in the different languages, it doesn't mean what we think it means. It does mean that in actuality and in meaning, and in the way we use it, but original meaning basically it essentially meant missing the mark. It's not like, oh, I shot, I didn't even hit the target, I wasn't aiming for it. It's like I aimed for the target and I missed the center. That's what it meant. And so just missing the mark, and for him, he was missing the mark a lot in all of his outside of being Spider-Man. He was missing the mark in all these other areas of his life. There wasn't balance.
You had to ask yourself, well, is he succeeding in anything? Because he's late for class, he doesn't do his homework, he's not there for his girl.
He's getting fired. He's not helping. Yeah, Aunt May is like in destitute, essentially.
because he can't help her because he's not. Yeah, it goes on, and
she's giving him money because she sees that he doesn't have his shit together.
Yep.
That seems sad too. It's like, just take it. I don't have very much.
And the fact that she loses her composure and that she's missing Uncle Ben, that she's giving him money because she wished Uncle Ben was here. This is what would happen if Ben was here. The bills would be paid. Peter would be getting.
She heard Fred took his shirt off. That's why she's back, right?
Yeah. Hello, Maji. Welcome.
Welcome. Just over here.
I'm just, we're just flexing our Spider-Man knowledge here.
We're men. We're men and
well, and the whole time he had the perfect example in front of him too, in the form of the villain, who's also the juxtaposition, like on every level, symbolically and everything. Like, look at how the guy climbs up a building. He's like a mechanical spider. This dude is an inverted Spider-Man. He has 8 limbs, 4, 2 arms, 2 legs, and then 4 mechanical arms. Literally 8 limbs. He's an Spider-Man in every way. He's driven by ambition, though. The only thing is so what's the first thing he says? Oh, you're Peter Parker, you lazy piece of shit. Why is this guy calling Peter Parker lazy? Of all people, when you write this dialogue in, why is this the guy to deliver that line to Peter Parker? It's because he is the living example as Peter's mentor, right? It keeps going. Like, as Peter's mentor, he's not being lazy. Look at him. He literally achieved fusion, right? Like an actual world-changing thing, which arguably could actually be pursued in a safe way. So like the whole plot to the movie could have been avoided if he just wasn't insane, right? But
we can talk about another stupid thing. It's the nitpickiest nitpick of all time. Sorry, AC, I'm not trying to.
Oh, you're good. That was it.
It's like, hey, I have these mechanical arms. They have minds of their own. They're very powerful, and people are worried they're going to take over my mind. But don't worry, I have an LED at the very top of the back of my neck. That LED will protect me.
I have an antivirus software. It's totally legit.
Don't worry. Yeah,
it came with the PC. I'm sure it'll work. Oh man.
But anyway, boys, I'm going to say it floats. And I just want to say as a side note, it's really interesting. It floats for so many reasons. We went over so many of them. Look at
We can
all
be
the
frank. This is an airship, in my opinion. It's when I can think of other films I would put in the top 5 or 10 superhero films, but I don't know many that I would say beat this. Like genuinely, maybe
this
more
is
some I like
great.
better. But...
This is fantastic story and so rewatchable. Like the casting is great. The actor's performance is fantastic. It's over the top, but not too much.
It's funny. It's romantic. It's sorrowful. It's deep. It's enjoyable on every level. A lot of films are
everything is earned. Like he goes through the sludge at the beginning, but he makes his way out. He makes his way back, and he earns it, and it feels so rewarding by the end.
And all of that so set up in the beginning that kind of make all 3 of the movies in the original Spider-Man trilogy are kind of slow in the beginning, but especially this one, everything that is set up in the beginning pays off. Every single thing. There's not a single thing left dissatisfactorily.
I wouldn't say there's any pointless scenes. The scenes that in my mind that are disposable are one example is like the doctor scene, right? The hippie doctor is tell me about your dream, bro. And like he's like it's just this kind of like awkward scene, and all of that information could have been exposited in a more clever way, I think.
That could be cut easily,
It could have been reworked or shortened or cut, but
it's not useless. There's a point to that, It
is a little bit funny. And so it's like even in its purposelessness, it is still entertaining to a degree.
Right. So, the information is valuable, is what I'm getting at, because Peter's he's clearly struggling with his identity.
Yeah.
For me, this is a clear airship. I don't even think Justin could argue with it. I don't think Evela Music could argue about this one. We would outvote him to oblivion.
I asked the big question. I asked the big question over here too, because I almost forgot to, guys. That's how much fun I had. This was a welcome escape. Reborn from the ashes. What up, Chris? I asked the big question, Jared. I asked the big question over here because I almost forgot. I enjoyed this movie so much that I almost forgot to ask the big question. Is the Spider-Man 2 movie accurate to the source material? Spider-Man 2, 2004, directed by Sam Raimi, is widely regarded as one of the most faithful adaptations of Spider-Man to the big screen, though it takes some liberties with the source material. So it floats for me.
Wow.
On top of everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. Frederic, you can say final thoughts, and obviously, floats.
And then Jared, you can lay on everything you think.
Lay it on thick. I want to be able to lick it off the butter.
I mean, I didn't read the whole Spider-Man bibliography. Obviously, it goes back a long time. There's hundreds and hundreds of books
or 60s.
But I didn't notice anything that fell off. I mean, there's way worse movies of Spider-Man, with Aunt May cast by what's her name, the young woman at some point. Marisa Tomei plays Aunt May at some point. That feels really off just in the casting.
And May got younger and hotter.
Yeah, right. What are you doing, guys?
Well, that was just okay. Anyway,
Zendaya will be Aunt May in the next.
It's like they're working their way to a Chris Fan situation. Come on, people, get your minds out of the gutter.
No, it's got Disney written all over it.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal as Aunt May.
He'll be awkwardly holding Peter's hand the entire movie. Oh, it's so weird, dude.
Anxious Peter
with that smile, that page,
and he's still gonna have his mustache as Aunt May.
Right? Yeah.
They'll just toss a bad wig on him. That'll be it.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
And he'll have Ultimate Kahuna's rainbow size lightsaber as well.
Oh yeah, Jared, did you miss that?
I did.
Here we go.
Behold. I got it from a legendary place known as Oregon. Wait,
nice.
Turn it on.
Power on. App connected.
We were saying that it's still set on the bisexual.
A Seattle-coded lightsaber, my friend.
Yeah, Seattle-coded.
Oh, wow.
Watch this. Even this sounds gay. It's like ping.
It's like unicorn. Yeah. Unicorn.
This brings me an absurd amount of joy.
Of course, they can't
Luckily,
be
there are
London.
35 or 30. Oh no, it turned back on. Oh well, it happens.
There's a whole Alexa in there as well.
Yeah,
Like it talks to you before it goes off.
It's the Doc Ock arms, bro.
I'm gonna have it call me senpai. It's not weird.
It's got the Doc Ock arms in there.
I don't know what you paid for it, but it's totally worth it.
Yes, it is.
Magical Hawaiian kahuna. Okay, so Frederic, what did you say? Did it float?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like this is a great film. Like my favorite part of it is Doc Ock. He's like my favorite Spider-Man villain of all time. Like even in the video game, Spider-Man video game, he's such a great
Green
character.
Goblin though. He's so good.
He is good, but like he's stuck behind a mask. Like Doc Ock can give you his full performance, and something about those arms he really feels like a creature.
Well, he's a very dynamic thing to fight against in the context of choreography and fighting in a movie. Like that train scene is one of the best action scenes in any hero film that I can think of.
Yeah. So it floats, like you say. It's airship. This is one of the all-time best superhero movies by a long shot, and it's got lots of problems as well, like the relationship issues. But to be honest, the way it ends, they work their way up there, and it's so funny when like Mary Jane cocks her fiance by kissing him upside down. Hey, put your head back. I want to kiss like I kissed Spidey in the first movie.
I felt bad for him in this movie.
Dude,
and
that
then
was
like leaving at the altar, and then you're supposed to cheer at the end. I'm like, no, I don't cheer for this.
Like, what's happening? So, Jared, what lay on?
You just got here, so lay on some thoughts.
We
about
would love
Spider-Man 2. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah,
we'd love it. Yes, lay it on us. Yeah,
I think Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man 2 is the best of the Tobey trilogy.
By a lot. Yeah.
And I think and I like all three of those movies. Like it's
third one has problems, but it has moments of brilliance too.
Yeah, like and it's tough. It stands above the other two, but not far. I think Alfred Molina is just so good as Doc Ock. Like
That's what
so
Frederic
good.
was saying. Yeah, no, he's brilliant actor. Stage.
There's a funny like note I remember reading when that first came out. With I can't remember the lady's name that plays Aunt May, but
she's
those two are classically trained Shakespearean actors, stage actors,
and you can tell. Yeah,
they were up on their wire rig sitting there, and Alfred Molina says to her, he's like, I've played Hamlet, I've played King Lear, and he goes through this litany of like these epic classic Shakespearean characters, and he's like, and he's like, and so have you, and we're dangling on the end of a rope, going
and they did it well. They did it well.
Like they did it so good.
That's an extra interesting point, Chrisman. At one point in the movie, I was actually thinking, and I mean, this is kind of separate from the actors, but I was kind of thinking that the whole thing kind of flows together, almost like it could be like a play or something. And it had a different flow from movies we see nowadays where, I don't see a lot of them that could even pull off being a play, but you could totally see the identity crisis, the scenes with Aunt May, all the
Rosemary Harris, that's her name.
Yeah.
The brooding, lonely scenes with Doc Ock where he's like, being affected by the things, the epic fight at the end, he sacrifices himself. Like it's like a Shakespearean play almost.
Yeah, and I love the ending. I love the hospital scene. After
the straight horror scene in this.
Do all the Sam Raimi isms, like the rapid zoom into like this thing that was right before it killed. It was
fingernails peeling off. Like, off again. I think child was like, this is scary. This is actually scary.
I loved it. So like it was fun because I remember when that came out in the theater, it was a lot closer to a lot of Sam Raimi.
I was like 10.
Other films, So it's like getting to see that little callback to the Evil Dead series. It was so good, man. I loved it. But no, I think I like the Spider-Man 2 out of all of the modern Spider-Man films is my favorite one.
It's the best one. I don't think it's even disputable, honestly.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's like I appreciate Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies for what they were. I don't even like people. Some people hate on Tom. I don't hate Tom Holland. I think he's a great Spider-Man. I think he's a good actor, and I think he's well suited to that role. Not every role, and definitely not Uncharted. But you know, but yeah, and it's like we even talked about No Way Home earlier. How they brought just the sheer kahunas and the things, everything they needed to do to bring all three universes together in a good, believable way. It's like they turned Osborn into a Tom Holland Spider-Man villain in that movie. And that's such an interesting choice. And even having Toby be the one to stop him from stabbing the Goblin. I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah. And again, like that was the part of that film that when Toby came on the screen, like that was the moment of my 100% investment. It's like I was not 100% invested in that film until Toby showed up. I was like, oh my God, it's
Isn't he like the best Spider-Man still today?
He still kind of is, yeah.
He has that dweeby energy in a way that like Andrew Garfield's too cool to be.
I never watched the Andrew Garfield.
You know, they're not bad. Like people give them shit, but honestly, like first one's really solid. Second one is better and worse than the first one.
Yeah.
But I think they're both were like second one's basically a love movie, like a romance movie, and I'm okay with that. I actually don't hate those films, and like between the three actors, I think not Tobey Maguire, but I think Andrew Garfield is the best actor between the three of them. But I don't think he's the best Spider-Man or the best, and definitely not the best Peter Parker. He's too cool for school for Peter Parker.
So, real quick. So it's decided, it floats. I can't play the clip because our StreamYard is running on empty. Feel free, listener, to send a super chat or super thanks to help us out with that. Without further ado, though, let's go to the guest promotion. Fred, you can have the rest of the show to promote your stuff here. And
real quick. It floats!
Yeah. Ratel flying over Montreal there. You got the university. I think that's where the MK Ultra experiments took place, down at that university as well.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, I only learned about what that was recently. Holy.
Yeah, it's a
we
real
can't
story.
even get into that, but holy smokes, dude.
Oh wait,
No.
you've never gone down the MK Ultra rabbit hole, Kahuna?
I only did recently. I've
Oh.
always heard of it. I never actually even knew what it was.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. And we know it's all fact. You know, it's all fact here because the victims were compensated. It came out as a true thing. It was CIA
Also, they tried to
experiments.
get rid of records, and they didn't get rid of all of them. That's what blew the whole thing. And I'm
So
like, how
the
much did they not say?
The CIA, and I'll get to my hero real quick, but the CIA agents were like handlers, whatever, experimenters. The scientists were coming up from the United States and driving up to Montreal. Because Montreal is like really close, like it's 6 hours from New York, right?
Yeah,
So
it's right there.
they would just come up to Montreal, and that's where they got the victims. And they did horrible things, like they tried to reprogram people so they wouldn't recognize their parents. That's to the extent to which they were brainwashing people. So this is amongst the most villainous things that can happen in the world today. And
It's one of the worst things the United States has ever allowed by a lot. Real quick, I gotta acknowledge something. Herman says you can't watch the Andrew Garfield version after watching the Tobey Maguire films. And to Herman, I'll say, no, you can't, because at the nursing home, they don't give you free reign over the...
wow.
Damn.
Just track. No.
Taking shots at Hunter.
Holy shiza, man.
That's okay. His vision is bad because of his old age, and he cannot hit me with
Herman,
Holy conflict marketing, Batman.
These opinions are Kahuna's and Kahuna's alone. I love you, brother.
This does not represent the whole of the Iron Seas.
Listen, if Herman was here, he would say to you, Kahuna, buy my book.
Yeah, but he wouldn't say it like you doing that. He'd have to go like this because he's like a short little shorty. The gloves are coming off. I got a damn bro out of Bill. All right.
Shots fired, man. Jeez.
Come on, Herman. I got insulation. I got padding. You ain't getting my vitals.
Oh, no respect, man. No respect.
I tell you, man.
I swear to God, other people's kids. No.
It's hard. It's hard these days to, on the internet, you got to fight for every ounce of respect you can get. People are not giving that stuff away. I got the Ratel campaign pulled up. I don't know if you guys can pull that up, or I can just sell it here.
AC is gone.
He stepped away for a minute. He'll be right.
Okay,
back.
when he comes back, we can pull it up. It should be easy enough. But yeah, no. How about you talk about your covers? Because you got the 3 covers, and they're all interesting for their own ways. I liked the cover with the mask that was partially ripped away. That was my favorite. It felt very unique for among covers. Actually,
it's not the best-selling one, but people that love it a lot.
I like
it
that
actually
one
inspired me to, because I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be bad. It's like I was drawing this almost as a pin-up. Like I didn't know it was going to be a cover. I think when I was drawing it, I was just like, oh, let me draw a close-up of his face, and then to make it interesting, you got to rip off half the mask, right? Like nothing's cooler than a superhero who's got. We see it in Spiderman too, as well. Like he gets this costume torn, and that's the cool part of the movie. You see him take hits. It's not invincible. He's going to take some hits. So I took parts of the mask, ripped off, give him a couple of scars underneath. He's got a bloody mouth, got a little bit of blood dripping down his chin. He's got 2, like, what do you call them, lenses over his eyes? Yeah, and he's got one of them is popped.
Actually, are you comfortable? What are his abilities, and where do they come from? Is that something you're comfortable sharing, or is it all a big surprise?
Yes, no, I can share it. It's not a big surprise, nor is it.
It's too bad. I don't care. Go ahead.
It's because he doesn't have any superpowers. He's kind of like a Batman character in the sense that
I'm rich.
It's he's rich in Bitcoin instead of having a multinational corporation that he's got to upkeep.
I bought these babies when they're $8 a coin.
88 cents, baby. And the thing is, he's anonymous with his wealth as well. So as long as he's not flashing the money, no one knows that he's loaded. So he can do all of this.
People would know for me.
Under the cover of anonymity. Exactly, right? But he's been to jail. He knows the problems that comes with attracting attention. So he's playing it on the down low. And so basically the way it happens is he was kind of a hacker. He kind of discovered how much banking was a scam, basically, right? 1913 Federal Reserve. They just created something that's not federal and has no reserves, but they took control of the money of the US. Same thing in Canada, same thing with all countries that have a central bank.
Yeah.
And he kind of discovered that. He discovered how fake money was. He goes as a hacker, pokes fun at the security holes at the banking system. They keep their passwords on Post-it notes and all that.
It like really dumb stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I like this motorcycle little art page here. It's very original. I've never seen any image like that anywhere ever.
It's never been done before, Kahuna.
It's never been done. Not that angle.
And if anyone wants to do something inspired by this, I would call that like a Ratel homage. You're free to do so.
Do you have one of him like sliding sideways on the motorcycle? That would be good too.
That's a spoiler, Kahuna. I told you not to talk about that one. Seriously,
now someone's going to rip it off 40 years ago. I
violated my trust, man.
You're French.
No coming back now.
Let's talk about violations.
And so so he doesn't do any damage to the bank, but he bruises their ego, Kahuna. And so they send the cops after him. He gets arrested. There you go. That's the one with.
That's the one. Now that's my favorite cover.
Yeah,
what about you? What about you, Jared? Do you have a favorite cover?
The one the same with the busted mask, the lens, the blood. Like that's my favorite.
Yeah, no, because the ones available that I saw to buy were the this one in the upper right with the city and then
And
the
there's a third
glider.
one. Yeah, where it's flying over the city. I'm redoing that. So actually, I redid all three of them.
Oh, no way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we full screen that? Hold that back up.
Yeah.
AC, can we full screen on him? There we go.
Whoa.
Let me see.
Yeah. Jared, you've never met Frederic, have you? His art is
No.
insane.
Dude.
He's a cool hombre.
This is dope, dude.
So it's very little known fact, but the time it took me to draw the city in Montreal was longer than the building of the actual city of Montreal.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
I've got all the elements, like even the cross on Mont Royal. I've taken liberties with the size of
I was going to say that's a very large cross.
Yeah. So I've taken liberties so that it pops on the cover, and same with the placement. You got the buckyball of the Expo City ball from the time that there was the Olympics. This is the Olympic Stadium that still isn't paid off. So you don't really see those in that way in Montreal, but it's kind of like it's a concept cover to show you all these things.
Yeah, it's like you're capturing the essence of the city. You're not showing a true skyline necessarily.
That's the spirit.
Do you do your own inking too?
I do my own inking.
Dude,
it's something I.
That's awesome.
Dude, he's legit. I'm telling you.
I used to hate inking. Now it's my favorite part of the art.
Inking is what brings it to life, really.
Dude, it's because of these freaking Japanese pens, like these little Tombow pens. Because I used to ink with these like 102, 103 Hunt quills.
And
it would just wreck my wrists. My hands would cramp up, and it was the bane of my existence. These beautiful calligraphy pens are now a joy to work with, and I've taken pleasure in doing that now.
And plus, anime is really good. Like manga is really good about the way they ink things. It's really interesting and fascinating.
Yeah. And the colors, however,
I remember you working on this. Sorry, the left one, the prison. Yeah, I remember you working on this. It was so cool.
Most of the pages have all been streamed on one show or another. Well, I have my own show on Tuesdays right before Iron Seas. So come warm up on Proof of Comics on my channel. Subscribe now. Hey. So like most of these pages have been streamed, being like drawn at one point. I actually did my test stream when I was getting started on streaming with the very first page one. So you could see me sketch, and like it's really bad. It's just a testing out the
just
equipment.
a concept, basically.
Yeah. I'm not talking. There's no entertainment. There's no guests. I'm just testing the camera and the streaming capabilities. But it's page one. I'm sketching out the basic components of page one, so it's there from the beginning. Everything has been streamed.
Now, is this Ratel, like on the as a civilian here? Is that who this is?
His real name is Rémi Lachance, and French Canadian origins. The book is in English, of course. Eventually, I'll translate it into French as well.
Do you prefer reading or in English, or like when you're reading a book? Do you prefer reading in French or English?
Well, I prefer reading in the original material. So if it's written in English,
okay.
I'll read it in English. If it's a French creation, I'll read it in French. But there are exceptions. Like, for example, when I went to see Fantastic Four in the theater, I went to see it in French because, first of all, no Pedro Pascal's voice. Second of all, the Thing was better cast with the voice actor in French than he was in English. So I thought it was a superior experience to get the French dubbing, and that's very rare. Very rarely do I do something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, it's like watching anime for me. I usually go with the sub because I prefer the Japanese way they do voices most of the time. But every now and again, I'm like, no, the dub is just better. It's better suited. The acting is better. It's just better.
For Akira, for example, like in the early days, the English dubbing of Akira was very badly done. So I would watch the French dubbed, because the French were very experienced in dubbing because they dub all the American films. So the French have way more experience dubbing films. So their dubbing of Akira was much better than the English one, and they eventually redid the dubbing of the English version of Akira.
Yeah. Is like I think America was under this delusion that they were the only ones making good art for a while.
Yeah, because you don't. Well, first of all, you do a lot of great stuff, but to be honest, the French market of bande dessinée, you are underexposed to that. There's so many good books.
I've read like the French comics are incredible looking. On average, they are the artwork in a French comic is better than any other country. Better
artists,
than Japan, better than America.
They're classically trained. They still have the classically, like you'll never see a badly drawn horse in a French bande dessinée.
Also, can we talk about how poutine just sounds like something? I don't know. It sounds like a very weird vaginal reference.
Poutine. Well, what do you think it is? Why do you think this book is selling so well? There's actually going to be a poutine recipe in the back of this book. Just so you know. That's actually the main reason most people. Yeah,
I like mine like I like my sushi. You can fill in the blank. I'm not saying
with raw fish. That's disgusting, Kahuna. I'm never coming on this show ever again.
You came already. Anyway, we're talking about comics. Dude, these wings are dope.
Yeah, that's Billy Bob's fault. He's like, you got to draw all them feathers, boy.
That is but he's right. It looks good.
He's never wrong. That's the problem with Billy Bob.
You want Billy to be wrong so badly. And he's not usually wrong. And he's so smug about it. It's so weird.
And he's the one who pushed me as well to do like the very detailed chainmail. So I have authentic chainmail that I did when I was a teenager. So
sweet.
Yeah, I don't have the whole chainmail, but I have like a small piece of it, and so I used it as reference. And every chain is drawn, so nothing is like, because you see a lot of badly done, lazy chainmail in comics now.
Oh yeah, it's just like the color painted and then like the slight outline of one or
two.
It's bad. It just looks bad.
A couple of just highlights. So, and that's the spirit of this book. Is this? I'm going to take my time, but I'm going to draw it well. First of all, the angel only appears once in this book, so that helps to motivate you to
this would be a painful design to do over and over again.
But he's coming back.
There's a lot going on.
He's coming back in book 2. He will be a recurring presence. I hesitate to say character because he's kind of like not directly involved in the story. He's kind of an observant party, like almost like a narrator, a distant
kind of
narrator.
like angels in the
yes, very much so. But
slightly more passive.
He does intervene in minor ways, but our main character is never made aware of it. So that's here he is in the prison because our character, he's a scrawny little hacker thrown in jail for like 10 years for computer crimes. He's not ready for the environment he's being thrown in, so he goes to the chapel.
Yeah.
And he prays to God to take his fear away. So he doesn't have any superpowers per se, but he does have the supernatural effect of having no fear. His fear has been removed by this angel. Now, he can come back and put it at any time, but during our story, he has no fear. That's why he's flying over the city on a quad board. No human in his right mind would do such a thing. And that's what
having no fear would be a superpower, basically.
It is, except his bones don't mend. so he still has to, he doesn't have Wolverine's
healing factor.
Healing factor at this point.
It's like Nice Pool in the new movie.
So I haven't addressed this yet, but Ratel is French for honey badger, right? So the honey badger is the mascot.
He does not care.
He doesn't give a fuck, right? Pardon my French. And it's also the mascot for Bitcoin because Bitcoin is known to be indestructible. It's being attacked endlessly, repeatedly on all sides, but it dominates the animal world.
Did you guys see that video of one getting stomped like 5 times by an elephant?
I did not see that one. I saw him get bitten.
Fairly recent one. I couldn't believe it.
Did he survive?
Yeah, it was a young elephant, but it kicked him. He flew 35 feet, more like 25 feet, but 25 feet. It kept on trying to bite the foot of this baby elephant that was obviously still way larger than it.
Yeah, it will attack bigger animals around it. So I thought it was fitting, and I'm not the first to think that. Obviously, there's lots of characters who've been called honey badger in the comic book realm.
Of course,
but that's also why I went with the French version of the name. Seeing as it's set in a French city, Montreal, it made sense, and I thought it was a nice.
Can we talk about your font for like the top?
Yeah, I tried out a dozen fonts.
I
You like it?
I love, dude. It's like AC will do custom fonts sometimes, and I'm just like I'm in awe every time because I'm so impressed.
Yeah,
maybe I'm too easily impressed, but
this
it
is
looks
not
so
custom.
good.
This is a font I found. I had to flip the R because in the font they reversed the R for some reason. But I hand flipped it back, and I thought it looked really good. I tried a dozen fonts, cyberpunk looking fonts, and I could not find something that had this level of pizzazz.
It always starts with, like he said, you just grab a handful of similar style fonts that you're kind of looking for, and then you write out the word all lowercase, all capitalized, one capital, the rest lower, maybe even vice versa, maybe even some are capitalized based on how the letter itself looks. Like this looks like it could be a capital A, and then that, for example, could, for all we know, be a lowercase t in this font on your Ratel here. That's just one example, but and then sometimes it's like taking the best letters of each of these similar style fonts, piecing it together, and then once you have kind of a cohesive what you see in your mind, then you just have, that's my favorite part, is once it's there and you just get to have fun with it, like reversing the R, you add that gradient, you have that faded blue gradient.
Yeah. I love that 80s chrome that they went with
that's what I was
everywhere. Thinking. It was everywhere at some point, which was too much in the 80s.
On every album.
Yeah. But I figured
all time.
Now it's time to bring it back. It's not so dominant everywhere, so I figured it would look good.
Frederic, you better be careful. You're making Jared want to start a comic here at some point.
No.
He has too many projects.
So
you want to in your heart of hearts.
On the back of his coat here, you have the orange pill. So the orange pill is like, there's a red pill. When you've been red pilled, you learn about conspiracies. You're awakened to some truths. Orange pill refers to people who now understand Bitcoin. They're Bitcoiners. They've done the deep dive, the research. They understand how the technology works. We say someone has been orange pilled. So that's the reference there.
That's fun.
Nice.
Is that a Hayabasa?
Is it what?
Oh, the motorcycle.
Oh, that's a BMV.
Okay. Yep.
So
I'm with you.
A while back, I did my own Ratel homage. So check this out. Boom.
Oh yeah, you did.
There's my Ratel nod.
Beautiful.
It's not as good because I cannot draw from scratch, but I dig the homage. I love the style here.
Can't say homage without homo.
Yeah. Well, homage, not everyone knows, but homage is French for ripoff.
Yes. Yeah. It's French for you suck.
It's French for theft.
No, I liked the because I have horned bears with my orcs, so I don't know. I saw this in my mind. Yeah, I was like, I need like the snow kicking up, and it needs to be like an orc on a bear. And I love I can't really zoom in, but
I told you, Fred, people were going to rip it off. I told you.
Yeah, it's a good.
You shouldn't have trusted me.
This isn't the first time I've been ripped off, Kahuna. I've been ripped off so many times you have no idea. This is not my first forte.
I'm not talking about your online dating presence. I'm talking about comic knowledge.
Well, we should talk about my online dating presence, okay? You tried to avoid the topic. You tried to circumvent it, go around it.
Bro, I live in proximity to Seattle. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Here we are.
223%. Hell yeah, my friend.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's
and
great,
this is only half. Well, not monetarily half, but I have another crowdfunder on geyser.fund in Bitcoin.
Geyser.
So,
All right.
so
Cool.
seeing as the theme of this project is Bitcoin, the character is a Bitcoiner, I'm also raising funds in Bitcoin. And I've got up to $630 raised in Bitcoin right now. So
Sick,
that brings
dude.
us to 1,700 total, right?
Sick.
Very
That's
cool,
cool,
man.
dude.
Very cool.
Almost $2,000 on your first comic.
So close.
That's hard, dude.
Pass me up already, brother. And I got the owner of the website on mine. So good job. Good job on that. And the Bitcoin is
AC, I'm
clever.
so excited for when your comic does come out. I'm excited for it.
Well, Luke has just been working on the cover, but we'll get there whenever he's
Beautiful.
finished. I'm gonna go hard. Don't worry. And then
I know so many good artists in so many different areas. Like we've hired Matt a few times to do art for Iron Seas and my own stuff as well. AC's Spirit Animals too.
yes, sir.
Fred, have you ever seen Matt's artwork? From Butch Cleaver.
I don't think so. No.
Metal Movies and Brewskis. He more than, you know how some artists like they'll do a pencil sketch of the thing and it looks like squiggles, and then they'll do
Yes.
the inking and it looks like an amazing like Renaissance.
Yeah. Some
That's
people
him
can skip
every
the
time.
penciling. I'm not that guy. I'm not
I
that guy.
swear to Christ, his looks like stick figure drawings, and
I
not
mean,
even
when-
very good ones.
When I do my thumbnails though, which I present to my clients with no shame, I don't understand how they can decipher them because they're like squiggles, and I love it that way. That's where I get kind of the emotion of the piece in the thumbnail size. Don't ask me why. That's how I work. But when I go to finish something, to finish a piece in the inking, I need to make sure that everything is penciled before I ink. Maybe that'll change. Maybe if I, do the same character and the same scenes over and over again, I think you can go straight to inking a lot faster. You could draw certain things by inking when you know them by heart. But seeing as I haven't drawn comics for maybe 2 decades and I'm getting back into it with this first project, I wanted to make sure I did things the right way. So I took the time and
You took
penciled
your
it.
time, and it came out really, really well.
man.
Yeah. Hopefully I can, the second one will go by faster a little bit. Here we have like larger versions of that first one. So this one's going to be redrawn. So if you see the quad board, the head is like totally fixed on the board, but now in the modern version, it's detached a little bit and angled. And there's minor changes with the shoulder pads.
I was gonna say they look a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, and the city was hand drawn loosely without a reference to, without proper perspective. So that's why I showed you the one that I showed you earlier. Is I'm redrawing it just to fix the things that weren't quite perfect. Same with the clouds. The clouds are kind of like 2-dimensional, flat on the page.
Yeah, a little bit, and they're too flat on the bottom a little bit too.
Yeah. So I redid them in the pencil drawing I showed you. They're like very much
They're much
three-dimensional.
better. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my Rob Liefeld cover, not drawn by Rob Liefeld, but like me impersonating his style. I wanted a, bombastic 90s cover.
This is a very bombastic cover. It's
Full
in your
energy.
face.
Ladies and
see-
gentlemen,
Like
this
he's
is
gonna
actually-
he's gonna headbutt Mike Kahuna's at like
This is-
35 miles per hour. That's what's going on here.
Fred, you're actually a really good example. I hope a lot of people revisit this episode maybe or discover it, because you are, in my opinion, a great example of what I harp on and on and on about repeatedly, and that's Japanese manga creators are second and third generation passed down family artists, right? Their parents and grandparents were like animators, like studying like animation philosophy and stuff, and they passed that down a few generations. So these kids go into high school with full graphic novels that they wrote, penned, they did everything. They did the art, all of it. So I mean, I'm speaking as a writer, kind of maybe putting myself out of work here and maybe throwing some other writers under the bus who maybe are aspiring comic book writers. But I think this is actually a level that the comic book community, if they want to get into that next strong core of like some sort of semblance of an age, like, you know, the golden age of comics. If America or like the West in general wants to kind of pull it together and get on the same level as whatever the fuck the East is doing, which is super powerful, it's to the point where they're dominating our markets, they need to do what you're doing, which is what they're doing, and that's all of it.
Putting in the work, doing the whole thing, and like just good ideas from top to bottom. It really makes
one guy.
And I grew up.
One guy, one
like when I was at like 16 years old, I was working day and night to become a comic book artist, and that dream did not happen for the longest time because I got tendonitis in my hand. I got like deep into debt at some point, and eventually got too hard to make it work. But I had all the training. I learned to draw, and at my young age, all I aspired to was to be a penciler. Did not want to, like, inking was beneath me, and I couldn't write for the life of me. I was a teenager. I had no life experience. And I had to, the rest of my life was a side quest, right? I became a web developer. I got out of debt. I discovered Bitcoin myself. And now I'm in a better position that I can take another crack at bat.
Well, there's something about art. Sorry to not trying to.
No, go ahead.
Something about art. You need to live life a little bit.
Yes.
Like there was a book I was reading the other day. It was like not even art, but a musician, and it was like essentially the same thing. It's like you have to live life in order, or your art will feel like you'll feel it in your art. People will feel like, because all of your beliefs are not informed by any living that you've done. You need to go out and really experience life and it's in all of its beauty and glory and pain and suffering in order to inform your art. And I think
that's exactly where I was going, Kahuna. If I had made a comic in my teens or my early 20s, it would have been stories lifted off the movies I watched because I had barely any life experience. I've been through so much in my life. I've lived a very interesting life, unfortunately. And, you know, it's been painful, but I've seen so many colorful characters. And I'm not just talking about Kahuna here. You know, I've like lived in an anarchist commune in Montreal. I've visited like the underground cities.
Wait. Anarchists in Canada, what? They don't say please and thank you? What?
It's you wouldn't believe it. They just grab food out of your plate and
you just grab it.
not sorry,
things. I've seen things, Kahuna.
I think you're onto something there because like in musical terms, right? So what you're saying is very true because like in musical terms, some of the most talented guys I worked with, really their secret wasn't necessarily going out and living a crazy life. They just partied all the time. Mm-hmm. Their secret was they weren't actually, how do I put this? They were more consumers than anything, if that makes sense. Yeah. So they consumed so much of what they loved and what they were doing that they were just on a certain level with it. You know, when you're partying all the time, and like for music, for example, right? You're listening to every new band that drops from these certain labels, every song religiously, every album back to back, front to back or whatever. And then while you're partying, you're just basically rehearsing these songs or like your songs or whatever constantly. And it's like an everyday thing. Of course, you're going to be like really talented, you know, and
you're putting yourself in a headspace for creativity.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Yeah. And you're exposing yourself to so many other people's stuff that you can't help but pick certain things up. But my whole point in bringing that up is that's almost the only way to do it. But even then, you don't have like the same soul that's involved with going out and seeing that experience in the streets firsthand, and then carrying that with you through life, or experiencing the loss of a loved one, or experiencing the fallout of a friend group, or experiencing,
or even a good thing. Like one of my favorite Creed songs is like, with Arms Wide Open. It was like he was there when his first son was born,
having a child.
He's married. Like, oh, life is different now. Shit.
Yeah, taking care of a dog, even, right? Having like like when I first got my dog, for example, that was a very life-changing moment. I was like, this is a creature that's dependent on me. If I don't feed it, it doesn't eat. Holy shit. It like started like activating my biology, I think, and it led to me like meeting my wife, having a kid. And that's like, you know what I mean? That's not just like the same thing where a creature is dependent on you. That's like you are shaping the future. Like, folks, if you ever want to like leave your mark on history, you just have a kid, just have children, because that if you ever want to be remembered, who's going to remember you? Your kids, right?
Well, that Charlie Kirk quote has been pretty prominent recently. Get like know God, like get married, have kids, leave a legacy. I'm not saying I'm saying it verbatim a little bit, but Animation Overload had a good point down here too. Art at its core is about expressing yourself. How can you do that if you don't know who you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the subject matter in this book are all things I've lived and known in the past years. Like there's a reason why he's a hacker. I myself am not a hacker, but I've done visuals for hacker conferences starting in 2005. I've been to New York to many of the 2600.
You did, yeah. You told me a couple stories about that.
Yeah,
that was
so
interesting. Yeah,
I did the visuals for a lot of hacker conferences down there. I've hung out with legit hackers. I've met people who are world famous, who've done prison time as well for the things they did. And I did the visuals, the covers for their magazines and all that. So it's a world that I got to know and be surrounded in and lived in, even though myself, I don't consider myself a hacker. Funny thing is, they consider me a hacker because they're like, the way you program your websites, the way you use your creativity, you have the same
mindset,
kind of, the same curiosity and DIY mindset. But I don't do like penetration testing. I don't do,
that's what I do
on the boundaries of criminality and all that stuff,
And little do you even realize you're kind of hacking our imagination.
That's the thing. So
it also comes down to, you don't have to write things firsthand. It's like, if you can't imagine what it's like to walk in someone else's, it's like, I'm not a woman. I can never be a mother. But when I read another book or when I've written stories, I really like a good mother character, like Catelyn Stark. When reading A Song of Ice and Fire, those are some of my favorite chapters of any character, and I really like it. And it's like, I can never be a mother. I don't sympathize with this. I can't be a woman or anything like that. No matter how many times I take my shirt off.
I had the absolute privilege of writing my mother character, who is full on pregnant, when my wife was full on pregnant twice. And
honey, we're pregnant
because of the two pregnancies and then the birth of my son, and like the first few months and stuff after his birth, running back and forth to grandma's a lot. I also had my mom around a lot, so I had my pregnant wife and my mom that I could bounce basically any question I had off of them, so that was, I would say, infinitely powerful. Even with me having that experience of becoming a father under my belt, writing that same story now would be profoundly different, not having like my wife being pregnant around, even if I can ask her to recall certain things, because it's not like as in the moment.
Women don't remember pregnancy accurately.
Yeah. Like works of art are,
if they did, they would never get pregnant again, but they do.
Yeah. Works of art are really set in the time period that they're created. Like there's something about it. This book could not have been written like 5 years ago. I don't think it could be written 5 years from now. It's very much set in the time period that it is.
But there's also a timelessness to a story that follows an archetype of some kind, and yours clearly does, like just based on conversations and like I'm like just hints of like, you're like, he's in prison now, he's walking as a civilian, and then he's dismantling a fraudulent system that he's encountered. I'm like, these are all familiar story beats because all stories have been told.
Yeah, this is Robin Hood, right? He's taken.
No, that's a woman.
Shout outs to the Brits for Robin.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the Black Forest, I visited it as a child.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Nice. Yeah, we had souvenirs from the Black Forest in my house growing up, and Robin Hood was my favorite Disney film. I know a lot of people never mention it, but it's one of the best Disney films, bros.
Absolutely.
People forget about it. In fact, I haven't seen it since I was a kid. My kids have never seen it.
Dude,
that's a shame. I should rewatch it.
It's a roller coaster of emotion because people like the kid is poor. He gets a coin for his birthday, and then the taxman takes it away. And it's like, it's always a roller coaster of have not. It's like life is like, you see that possession is very fleeting in that story.
Well, like not Disney necessarily, but the Kevin Costner Robin Hood. That's one of my favorite movies.
Well, the Disney one's interesting because that one
is different.
They wanted everything to be set in the South of America. And after Song of the South backlash, they scrapped that, but they kept all the voice actors. So all the voice actors are very Southern, despite it taking place like in Europe, in England.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So it's
Little
We're
John,
all
the sheriff of
British.
Nottingham, the two prison guard, the vulture prison guards, Nutsy and Trigger. Like those were all the Southern voice actors.
Yeah.
And then they brought, but Peter Ustinov is absolutely genius as Prince John. Genius how good he is. Yeah, dude, that was a staple. That was a staple growing up during my childhood.
And the songs are great. The songs are absolutely fantastic.
We might have to rip it on the sleeves.
I need to rewatch it. I probably was less like my son's age last time I saw that movie. Yeah. He's 8 now. So
I mean, I could have chosen that movie as well as Spider-Man 2. I mean, there's other parallels with the Robin Hood story, as with Ratel, of course. But I wanted to focus on the superhero aspect this time around. And here he is, like making his first appearance. He's catching the Tiger twins who are after the Razum, the psychic spy, who's trying to climb the fire escape ladder, trying to flee the assailants, whereas our hero is just kind of nonchalantly like flying by, and she sends him a message, right? Because she's a psychic, she could just throw ideas in people's heads, and that's the first interaction they have. She's like, she sees him flying out in the sky, and she's like, I don't know who you are, but why don't you come down and meet me?
I like that you can see the hair and the shadows for the Tiger twins as well. That's quite fun. Because I saw the shadows before I looked at the actual figures. I thought they had wild facial hair, and I was wildly wrong. But it was a fun image for
it's not a mustache; it's the back hair. Yeah. And one of the two twins is going to lose their hair in the second book. Spoiler: you'll have to find out why. Read the book to find out why. Hair is very, very important.
I know. It's hence me cutting mine off recently.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a sad day. It'll come back.
Mine was about past my collarbone moments before the show. So.
Oh, right. Yeah. You cut just before the show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then ditched the hat. I was like,
we're on theme, man. We're late, but we're on theme. This one is the black and white version that you showed Kahuna when we started looking at Ratel. So this is the midpoint of the book, right? This is the halfway point. We see the civilian story at the beginning to understand his past, where he comes from, and this is the transition where he just builds a secret identity and becomes a superhero.
Very Batman Begins stories in terms of story structure. It's like, because in that movie, you only see him as Batman at the exact halfway point of that film. Yeah. And that's basically, is that kind of what you did here?
Absolutely. And it was a very conscious choice because the first half, you have so many scenes that go through different aspects of his personality. The second half is just one smooth transition into the big fighting scene, right? I wanted to make sure that you felt this was a superhero book. You got a lot of your money's worth in terms of kung fu action, fighting,
heroics
being felt, heroics, and the superhero, the main character, takes a beating as well. I think you'll really enjoy it. And speaking of the Psychic
Hello.
Spy, this is her trading card art. So
She is large and enormous
Land.
tracts of
Assets.
land.
she has a lot of assets here.
Her
And,
shoulder poofs are
Yeah, she has a furry
large.
collar. So the position she has, they look like pom-poms, but it's actually a fur collar going all the way back. And the little golden butterflies kind of represent her psychic powers. So they're not really there.
Okay. So it's
but they-
it's a physical manifestation to show us her power.
Yeah, they kind of land on your shoulder and then take over your mind, and you just, go goo goo gaga.
I
No.
mean, if she just bounced back and forth, that might do the trick too. But I mean, with a scarf that large, probably have back problems, right, Jared? What do you think?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Cripes.
And so the first trade, because we've already reached the first milestone, so the stretch goal, but the first card is going to be of Ratel, because he's the main character, and he also won the vote. It was tied for a long time. She was in the lead to start
That
with.
makes sense.
Then Ratel came into action. Then she passed again, and then they were tied at 32 votes. They were tied at 44 votes. And now we're at 52 votes, and Ratel has won the lead. So Ratel's going to be the first trading card, but we're most likely going to make our way to the second $1,000 mark, so 2,000 at some point, and she's going to be the second trading card to be added to people's orders. These are the Tiger Twins, as you can see.
They mean business.
Yeah, and you can see that they also access the spiritual realm to focus their powers. They have an iron will, which cannot be deterred by mere psychic powers or boobs. So they are very.
That's a powerful
Based.
will.
You have to have a lifetime of training for that. Kahuno. I don't know if you know
Amen.
that. And
It's true.
this is Black Medusa. Her African
Yeah,
name,
she is.
Haitian name is Medusa.
Mhm.
So she's not really a Gorgon in the traditional sense of Medusas. So she's actually a voodoo priestess who can turn her rastas into snakes. So it's she's simulating. She's a trance Medusa, if you will, in a sense. So that's the art for the campaign so far.
Fantastic, man.
I also have original art for sale, the ones in black and white that are shown. You have the choice of 3 covers as shown. You could also get a collector's pack of all 3 covers for $50. And it's the 24-page story, but I'm thinking of adding an extra 8-page that appeared in Anvil magazine number 3. So I might
Sir.
add something of the Ratel ancestors that, as a supplement gift for the backers. So that's Ratel for you.
Very cool.
Fantastic, man. Also, animation overload. Medusa, you are dead.
Well, see, Ratel has a strategy to avoid her gaze. He will use the male gaze and focus on her titties to not be turned into stone.
I will never look a woman in the eye ever again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm giving spoilers here, but I think you could appreciate that.
How very French of you.
It's like, I'll wear glasses. They'll never know.
Well, the Tiger Twins are wearing glasses. Would you guys like to see the trailer? I've got a little trailer here.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's,
Thank you all so much for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. I especially appreciate Frederic Guimont. I'm just going to call him out tonight because, I don't know, I want to make everybody else jealous. And also, he's got a great name. Thanks for coming on, everybody.
Frederic Guimont. Okay, that is actually a really cool scene. I really like that. That's cool. Damn. That looks really cool, Frederic.
Frederic, what are you working on right now, man?
Spiderman! Bitcoin. Miners laughing at his feet. Taking up the high feet. The wizard is a fool. Simple by design. Complex by impact. Bitches and fixes. Money is out, but some prefer to play with JPEG scams. Tonight is permission last. We're not the suicide.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was a neat. That was actually a good editing trick for the trailer, showing the different shows talking about it, and then skipping to you like drawing it, and yeah, that was neat. That was a cool thing for the trailer.
That came from a lot of feedback. I had put too much animated AI in my first draft of the trailer, and people were saying,
mistake to make. Easy mistake.
Well,
to
it's a new toy. We kind of want to overdo it a little bit. And so I was like, people were like, we want to see more of the art. We want to see more of that. And I was like, okay, let me show more of the art. But like, I really like these animated panels. And then I got the idea, let me just turn the fixed page into just animate some of the panels on the page, and people.
And then after a couple of minutes, you're like, what if I did all of them?
Why not both? And people really reacted well to that. It's nice to see the page, first of all, and then to have it come to life during a trailer, I think is a nice way to do it.
It's neat. I also... I got looking at some of the panels again in the black and white specifically. I got a little bit of TMNT vibes, like early TMNT vibes from the style, and maybe it's just the cityscape and fighting in an alleyway as well. But
yeah,
I definitely got that vibe a little bit more.
Definitely classic superhero trope. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of superhero tropes because I love the campiness of superheroes.
Oh yeah,
and at the same time, it's very much set in a modern story. It's going to feel like a sci-fi story because we focus on the technological aspects of modern day. So a lot of technology, but a lot of it is real things that are happening in real life. People are really flying drones like this. I mean, not everybody. I've seen them. Well, yeah, you can see it from time to time. And
not only that, but even like the Tiger Twins, it sounded like there's a rational explanation that you have attributed, at least in your mind, to how their powers work.
Yeah, because we have Chinese police stations in Canada. Canada is very much infiltrated by China, so all these things are kind of brought into the story.
I mean, mechanically with your powers with them, like you said, they draw power from like the astral realm. Well, like they could just be magic, but like it sounds like you actually, even with the powers, think kind of like methodically, mechanically, realistically, even with some of like the fantasy elements, right?
Yeah, because it's both. You got the technology, you got the fantasy. I mean, growing up, my favorite tabletop game was Shadowrun, which is a perfect mix of cyberpunk
that's a good game.
And Dungeons and Dragons, creatures and magic. So maybe that's coming out. It was not a conscious choice, but I wanted over-the-top villains as well. I did not want to reduce this to a Bitcoin story. It was not, Bitcoin is in there. It's part of the story, but it's the same way as corporations are part of Batman. You're not spending the whole comic book talking about corporate takeovers and, mergers and,
This is the episode of Batman where he has to defend against a lawsuit.
Superman the immigrant.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
It's there. It's foundational. You're going to get into his mindset because he is a Bitcoiner and that affects the way he thinks. All the time in the book, all the time is annotated in block height. So in Bitcoin, you have something called the blockchain. Every block is a number and every number comes there's a new block every 10 minutes. So all the time is dated in block height to get into his headspace. You don't need to understand how that works to get the story. It's the same way that when you watch Star Trek, Captain Picard is like, Stardate 2596273.
And that means nothing.
Exactly. Now, in this book, you can actually go research what real time that is, because I do keep track of that.
But see, I appreciate it. There's a deeper level, but you don't have to explore
That's it. Exactly. And even if you look at there's a lot of Easter eggs, like the addresses of the places. If you Google them, they will give you fun little tidbits that you're like, okay, this is a wink and a nod to, the history of the financial system, but it's not in your face. It doesn't weigh the story down. It's there for your second reading when you want to
That's
dive
cool.
deep
Yeah.
into it. Yeah.
Fine, Bill McCusin. Wait, I got to read this in his voice. Finally, a hero for the Bitcoin bros. Will he be accompanied by a superpowered Shiba?
So Shiba Inu, that's a nod to the Dogecoin. It's a Dogecoin meme. Dogecoin is it's a simple fork of Bitcoin where they change the settings, basically, right?
Yeah.
So shitcoiners, I refer to those as shitcoiners. So shitcoiners will mostly be the bad guys in the story. So you will see conflict in that way because only Bitcoin is meant to simulate gold. The rest are all scams to defraud you and take your money away. So that's very much the essence of the story.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Get them shit coiners, bro. I like
And Frederick's like, no, that he will not have a companion who's a shitcoiner, not in this story. No.
Yeah, I mean, the bad guys might have a Shiba Inu in their Lamborghini when they try.
It's just a furry. It's just a guy just in a Shiba fursuit.
But you'll find Easter eggs of stuff like that for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bill, your anime taste is showing. Is there going to be got someone dressed as a dog in this comic? Very excited for it.
Yeah. The secret lair is a mining cave.
Yeah,
it's
for
like a
sure.
mining
I mean,
database.
you see his mining equipment right in the first book. In the page 1, he gets arrested. You see his.
There are miners in this cave. Wait.
When he comes out of prison, he sets up miners. He meets a trucker that he's gonna, influence into becoming a miner as well. Sick. Miners are the foundation of the Bitcoin network, so they are central to this story, or decentralized in this story.
Less than centralized. All right, that's fantastic, man. I'm glad we were able to help get a couple more backers on you. And
yeah, thank you so much, man.
It sounds like Flip City was definitely one of them. I saw something on Twitter about that, but yeah, dude, this is fantastic. Great movie, great guess. Love the comic, man. I'm excited to read it when I get my copy. It's gonna be a good time, man.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kahuna.
Any final thoughts, or I guess we could start kind of closing out. Talk about upcoming projects, things of that nature. Children keeping us up all night for at least 3 of us. We'll start with you, Frederick, since you are the guest. How are you doing besides being shortlisted? Any fun projects upcoming or fun other guest appearances you'd like to shout out while you're here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually doing an in-person interview on Thursday, which is going to be in French, and it's going to be no video, so you won't see if I have my shirt on or off. But it's interesting,
guys. If it's a white shirt, he's giving up.
Oh, that's a low blow. That's going on your permanent record.
I'll tattoo it on my skin.
Yeah. And but what's interesting is I'm going to be there in person, which I rarely get to do that. Like, obviously, we can't do this show in person.
Not easily.
So to have one in person, it's good. I'm going to be on Pete Sametti's on October the 2nd as well. And I'm hoping to continue to be on shows. Like, I'm doing the campaigning up until December 6th. Then I'm going to be taking the rest of December off. And I'm going to be starting to write issue number 2. I think that's the most exciting thing in my life right now, is to get starting on Ratel Tua. And, the outline has already been there for a long time. But to be able to, get down to the gritty nitty and write scenes and start building the second story, I think that's really exciting, and I'm looking forward to that.
No, it's going to be a blast, man. And I'll mention this now before AC talks about upcoming stuff. I appreciate that your story is focusing. It's simple. So many indie comic writers love you guys. You have all these great ideas, and you shove all of them into a 20 to 36 page comic. And it's so the ambitious, but the result is often scatterbrained diary ideas instead of a story.
That was
And
my
that's
first
obviously-
draft.
Yeah.
My first draft was scatterbrain diarrhea of it. And what ended up being the first book that you see here was the first 4 pages of my first draft.
That's how it should be, dude.
Yes,
honestly.
that's why I'm on the 6th draft. I've had a handful of beta readers, including Billy Bob, Lord Otter, Mike Partika. So a lot of eyeballs have been on it. A lot of critiques. I've fixed so many things on the story over time. So hopefully it's going to be a very polished work of art. You're not going to have minor issues in this story. It's going to be an enjoyable read. Billy has said that the pacing is one of the strong points of this story. It's well paced.
That's
each
important
story
in the
flows.
comic.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, AC, upcoming projects and things going on. I have some news I'll have to share with you later. But yeah, AC, what do you got going on, buddy?
I just finished up a brand new lyric video for a brand new single from Empty My Lungs called Wither. It's considering the last couple weeks and, kind of how intense the news cycles have been. It's kind of fitting. It's all, and considering the movie we watched this week, all the themes of duality and stuff are there with this.
Responsibility and yeah.
Yep. Yep, it's all uploaded on Empty My Lungs. I just need to set it to public and schedule it. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Go follow Empty My Lungs and stay peeled. Also, our guest for next week and forward is Wide Open. So anybody out there who wants to promote their stuff, listening.
The Lord Otter wants to appear here soon. I just messaged him tonight, so he's going to come back on, and it's going to be a blast.
He just finished his book, and I'm talking the formatting and everything.
He's there. Yeah, and I know I was trying to beta read for him, but I came to a conclusion that I still haven't really made public. But it's not about him; it's about me. I can't read ebooks anymore. I haven't been able to. I've tried. After a page or so, I just can't. It doesn't work. Maybe it's my brain or my eyes. But anyway.
Well, the print version is coming on Halloween.
Yes, it is. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to read that book because I did talk to him about a lot of ideas regarding it. Also, in preparation for the Lord Otter's book, the lost episode from my personal channel is coming out here very soon.
Ooh,
a conversation from a year and a half ago of me and a panel of other friends and guests, past and present, talking about the Lord Otter's first book, Steel and Stormbright and the Curse of the Star Raves.
Nice.
And it's like an hour and a half conversation, and it got edited and it's going to be uploaded in anticipation of the release of his second book. So do look forward to that on my channel here soon.
Timing is everything.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be a blast. What about you, Mr. Corpus Christi?
Okay, so the storyboards are done.
I saw it. They look good, dude. They look
Thanks,
good.
man. Thank you. So they're done for the trailer. We start filming I went location scouting last week. I've got all but 2 locations that I need for the trailer sorted out. I'll hopefully get the other 2 wrapped up this week. And then it's a matter of just collecting miscellaneous stuff for wardrobe and that kind of just a little bit of stuff. We're doing some screen testing, which is good because that frees me up to finish this draft of the script and get it sent off to Mr. Daniel P. Riley to get his sauce on it. And
excuse me?
Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't know this. You didn't know that's what Daniel does, but that's actually what he does. That's how he edits.
I'll mark every misspelled word with my sauce.
He is as the French call a saucier.
Ooh la la.
But I am such an idiot.
You're in good company, my friend.
Yes. Every ship needs a saucier.
You know how many comments I don't say?
0.
The entire show. I'm just
This is true, yeah.
not gonna say it.
Same. I'm like, should I? No, maybe.
So that and then it's all after I send that off to Daniel, then I'll be we'll be ready to film. So we'll be filming the trailer. So hopefully I have with any luck, I will have a trailer by Christmas time, Christmas or New Year's. I'm hoping for. Yeah. And just got a new license. Someone else bought a license for the film. So.
Hell yeah, dude. That's fantastic.
Wait, someone bought a license for it?
For the other film, the Missouri Breaks film.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so just got another license come in for that. And
cool.
Frederic, in case you were not aware of who Jared is, he decided his first indie film project should be a period piece, which is very good when your budget is limited. Obviously, yes.
No,
it's a Western. There's so much good in that movie.
I think Royce promoted that, right? Is that the film that Royce promoted? Yeah. I've heard about that a while back.
You've seen his face, but you've probably seen it with a beard and a hat.
Yes, that's what I was like putting together as he was speaking as well. I did a short, like 12-minute film a few years back that was also period. It was the 1940s, and it's hard to do. It's very hard to do. We were lucky enough to get 3 people to lend us cars.
Oh, nice.
Cars, the hardest thing to get. So it brings its set of challenges.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness, man. I had no idea. You just don't think about how much modernity is around.
Oh, yeah.
The tags and the cow ears, I'll never forget that. Like there were Justin and AC, me, if you like, we tried for weeks to figure out a workaround, and we didn't have anything.
No, that was the only person that got paid in the entire film. Was the guy I had to pay to digitally edit those cow tags out.
Oh wow!
Like everybody else was all volunteer, but it's like it is way above my skill. I'd never edited a single second of video before we filmed this thing, and then ended up doing the whole thing.
You hit me up, and I was like so willing. I was like, I'll learn anything. I'm willing to do anything to figure this out. And I was like, okay, whoa, hold on a second.
Oh, dude.
And I realized what you actually needed, and I'm like, actually, this is so far. Like, I wouldn't actually be able to feasibly do it in time. I even hit up
that would be a handy thing for an AI tool to help take care of.
Yeah. And thankfully, like the dude did me a huge favor. He gave me like the friends and family discount for it, because otherwise I couldn't afford it. And it's like, oh, that's nice ear tags you got in that 1880s scene there, bro.
Yeah.
That lime green really blends into the aesthetic.
Oh, dude. And some of them, like most of them were like bright, like safety orange against black cattle. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
it's like you couldn't even like edit the filters to make it look. No, it was nothing.
But like overall, well, I suppose you could maybe try to black them out. You could just like put the color black over them. I might have been able to do that at the time, Jared. Just put black over them, but I don't know. Anyway, I digress. What I was trying to say is, other than that, and then maybe the budgetary restraints of not being able to do some flashback scenes. Other than that, I believe. The choice of a Western period piece was actually a good choice for an indie creator, because a lot of it is very much just like dress like a cowboy. Here's some real guns that aren't loaded, or get some
dress like cowboy, have horses, have Indian.
Like the real guns exist. Just some buddies with some guns that want to see it in a movie or whatever. There you go. Very much like choosing a horror movie as like your first indie piece. There's ways around the budget.
Alas, I'm very excited for your upcoming film that you guys are getting ready for right now.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I think this is going to be. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope it's good. The story right now, dude. I just wrote like
more dialogue.
It's one of the characters recounting a very dark story from a very dark investigation, like part of an investigation, a previous investigation. It was brutal. But I wrote it today. I was like, "Oh, this is dark. Got to find a way to bring it up just a little bit to end this scene because it was yeah." Man.
You're like a villain in a movie. It's like, can you put it in like a nicer way? We're going to torture your family
to death.
To death.
To death.
Or like, Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's the movie I'm thinking. It's like, could you tell me the bad news in a, happy or a good way, a different way?
Okay. It will hurt a lot.
He's stolen all your money.
Yeah.
Frederic, I did have a question though. So, do you pronounce your last name Guimont or Guimont?
Guimont. Yeah, you don't pronounce the T like a lot of French words. There's extra letters that are just there to be pretty.
Yeah.
So it's Guimont. Yeah.
I may or may not have called him Gooey Duck at some point.
Listen, I've heard so many pronunciations of my name in the past couple of weeks doing promos that I don't even know how to pronounce my own name anymore.
Does that make you want to put
call
a
your
Gooey
parents?
Duck
Mama,
character?
how do I say it?
Say again, Macy?
Does that make you want to put a Gooey Duck character in your Ratel comic? Like maybe a shit coiner? He has a Gooey Duck coin?
I hadn't thought of it before now, but
sorry, I can't help it.
it's you're planting a seed there. You're planting a seed there. Ducks are. Did you know ducks is an actual hacking technique?
There you go. We're seeing connections
programming
here.
Technique.
We're seeing connections here.
When a programmer is stuck and he cannot fix a bug, he cannot solve a problem, they have the rubber duck technique. So a rubber duck is just a plastic duck on your desk, and you explain your problem to your rubber duck. By explaining the problem to an inanimate object, you will come with ideas as you verbalize the issue, and as you explain it, you put it into words.
Saying it out loud, it'll make the problem. It'll put it in a different way. So now, with the stipulation that if the duck answers you, it's time to stop. Step away from the computer.
Well, not if he has good answers. If he has good answers, you keep asking him questions.
Yeah.
It's like you explain the problem, the duck looks over. You are asking the wrong kind of question.
Okay, now this is definitely going to be a scene in the book now, AC.
Yes!
Gooey Duck.
Influence!
Because the Gooey Duck is a reference.
Influencers.
Well, because here's the thing: the Gooey Duck is the reference to Kahuna's nickname for you. So there you go.
All circles.
I knew it wasn't your name, but when I first read your name, I'm like Gooey Duck.
Yeah. The circle is complete.
Yeah, I love when
dude, like it's cool to see, like, to meet you, like, be on the stream with you, because I remember like seeing your name and seeing some of your stuff.
I'm surprised you guys haven't met before now. Actually, you've both been in the same similar circles.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so I would see it. I would especially like on Royce's show. Like I think you and I shared a lot of space, like when we would submit.
Yeah, I was on Royce's a lot of the Comic Book Wednesdays. I was a patron, and I would hop on and give my advice. And I had the same hat. I had this tricorn hat I was wearing all the time.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to meet you and like have you on this, be on the show.
Likewise, my friend. Yeah, I've seen the work you've done with your film, and everyone's been impressed at the progress you're making.
Thank you.
Silas, the name Silas feels like a slur now because of your film. Silas. Stupid Silas.
Damn it, Silas.
Oh, Silas is a great name too. It's like, it's a shame. It's like it's a slur, but
it's funny. That's Silas's real name is Silas.
I know.
Oh, nice.
I can't.
Silas move.
I'm gonna use it as a slur in front of him. Just
This is the Silas's thing I've ever seen.
That's a real Silas thing of you to say.
Silas? Yeah. Are you some kind of Silas?
Oh then he's gonna come up with some fat Hawaiian slur for me.
Oh my god. No, that escalated quickly. Well, so we've reached the end, boys, and we here at the Iron Seas put together a special tribute to Charlie Kirk last week, which admittedly I would have liked to add a little bit from Erica Kirk and maybe some things from the memorial now that some more time has passed. Also, Jared had a nice video, and I also wanted to splice in a nice video that Kahuna made in there. But life gets carried away, and I was just busy working every single day. The stream wasn't even up until moments before the stream. So, and usually I have it like the day of, or like the day after, or whatever. So that's my bad. But we still have that tribute for what it's worth, and we can upload all that other stuff in a more complete fashion later on as an individual video. But it's been a heavy couple weeks, and this is my outlet from all that real world stuff. As much as we talk about a lot of that real world stuff, because it's it's relevant. We're exercising our freedom of speech here. We're talking about relevant things, not just necessarily storytelling, but even though that's our focus, that's just our vehicle, our excuse to get together and talk about things and be social. So that being said, I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank everybody who takes the time out of their week to listen to the Iron Seas and come escape over here with us. That's kind of our thing, is escapist media. We watch old, usually good movies. It's really hard to sync on the Iron Seas, we found out, because we tend to choose good movies. But we'll run out of good movies. That's the thing. We will run out. Just thank you. And thank you, Fred, for joining us, and to all our
pleasure,
past
man.
guests.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But we have that tribute. So any final thoughts before we want to send
I'll
it?
woo us out, but I have no more thoughts. My brain is empty.
All right, sounds good. I'm gonna lower us, and then I'll lower you last, and then I'll add the tribute to the stage after.
Yes.
Cheers, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an episode of the Iron Seas, brought to you every Tuesdays by our lovely hosts, including myself. Be there next Tuesday at 6:30 PST, the Lord's time. See you then.
Number one, you do not apologize to the bad guys unless you know you've done something wrong. You do not apologize to the bad guys by forced Maoist-style indoctrination. Number two, you never surrender to their will. Number three, you must be happy. Happiness is a choice. Happiness does not happen to you. You need to work on your happiness. Happiness does not happen to you. You choose to be happy. Why does happiness and joy matter? Because they'll never be able to take that from you if you decide that's who you're going to be. Ever. And again, I believe the true joy comes from relationship with the Lord. I hope you guys make that same decision. And so we must be joyful warriors.
Always be the calmer voice in the room. Always be respectful of those who you're debating. Never trade insults with someone that you're debating with. I try to do this where I try to stay calm and allow them to be the ones that get worked up. None of you will ever make a good decision when you're angry. You're just not going to make a good decision when you're angry. You're not going to think clearly when you're angry. Far too often, we start to say, well, how do you feel about an issue? Feeling about issues mean nothing. I care about how you think about the issues. Feeling and thinking are two completely different things. Rational thinking should drive your decision-making process in the public policy arena in every single area.
We're active in about 15 campuses, and we're growing very, very
every single day because you are doing the work to save this beautiful republic. You are doing something that is bigger than you.
If everything completely goes away, how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.